Hello, guys. Welcome. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome to Friday night football club on Gun Football. Thank you, guys, for joining. Share the video to your friends, those that you know that you enjoy this program together. Share the video to them. We are live again on this wonderful Friday night for Friday Night Football. Thank you, my friend Segodi from South Africa. I appreciate you. Thank you for your love. I appreciate you. Tell me where you're joining from. Hey, Ola Lucas, my man from America. Thank you for joining. Thank you for showing love. We really appreciate you. Guys, don't forget to like the video and also the dollar sign there too is also there for you. You can also support us. You want to support our AFCON trip. Guys, we're going to be going to AFCON. It's going to be bigger. We're going to be live in Morocco. So if you want to put anything, we're going to be there. We count on your support too, but no matter how it is with your support or not, we're going to be there. We're going to be there. We appreciate you even more than what you can give us. We appreciate you so much. We're going to be there in Morocco. And it's going to be a very big day in Morocco. So it's not as if we're there to, we're going to be there, enjoy ourselves, and vibe. And we hope that Nigeria can also win the AFCON in Morocco this year. After qualifying for the AFCON, so that qualify for the World Cup. So thank you guys for joining. The camera will become stable as soon as possible. I think it's acting somehow, but let me know where you're joining from too. Hi Moyo, thank you for joining. So let me know where you're joining from. We have a we have a loaded lineup today. We have a lot of things that you want to discuss. Just let me know exactly where you're joining. So I have 5 likes out of 20 people that tuned in already. So you guys can do better. But actually clicking on that like button and before we actually start. So thank you. I welcome you once again to this wonderful Friday, and I wish you all happy new month of May. We're live again on God Football for our regular program, Friday Night Football Club. So thank you guys for actually for joining. Thank you for your love. We don't grow this. We are live on YouTube, guys. Go on YouTube. You are not on YouTube. It's on YouTube, guys. Everybody's on YouTube. Obina, you are on YouTube. You not on YouTube. We're on YouTube. Go and check it, please. We're on YouTube. We are on YouTube live and direct. We're on YouTube. Please like the video so I can show it to more people. Please like the video so I can show the video to more people, please. We have a lot of things loaded for this night, and we're going to be introducing a particular player who might probably be the Nigerian team for the next, for this month's Unity Cup. So, guys, just type GAT Football on YouTube. It's going to take you directly here. On YouTube. Yeah, it's going to take you directly here. I don't think people will be now. Please, you can try and let's know maybe you actually you are true to us on YouTube. So I don't think there's any issue. People are joining. I can see like 30 people already joined on YouTube. So yeah. So guys, let me just kickstart. They say that charity actually begins at home. So let me start. I don't want to take too much time too. So if you want to join, I will post the link towards the end. Let's go with the discussion. If you actually want to join, let me know. So so it's no longer news that the Flying to Nigeria beats the junior Carthage Eagles of Tunisia by 1 goal to nothing. And it was a very interesting game. For me, I just think that I did not see what actually was expected. The goal came from Awal Ibrahim. It's what's it called? He plays for Aqua United in the Nigerian Professional League. So, and we won by 1 goal to nothing. So we are second currently in the group standings now. We actually that's actually what our Ibrahim, he plays for Aqua United in Nigerian Premier League. So the third of the day, Morocco in the second game too also beat the Junior Army Stars of Kenya by 3 goals to 2. That was a very interesting game. And this is now how the group standings actually what it looks like. Morocco top the group with 3 points, plus 1 goals difference. Nigeria 3 points plus 1 goals difference. Kenya third, and Tunisia actually last. So the reason why Morocco is actually ahead of Nigeria is just because of goals scored. It's because of actually of goals scored. That's the reason why they actually ahead of Nigeria. It's because of goals scored. So that is actually that. I will still go talk more about Flying Eagles towards the end of the program. So that is that on the Flying Eagles. So let's just move on to some transfer news too that concerns actually Nigerian player. But I have to congratulate Raymond Stars FC for actually winning the Nigerian Professional Premier League. They won the game. They beat Niger Tornadoes by 1 goal to 0 in Remo to win the Nigerian Premier League. So they will be the first. They will be the first Southwestern team to win the Premier League since Jesus Berger 25 years ago. So it's a very big feat for Nigeria. So and we hope that it's a very big feat for the team. Sorry, not even for Nigeria, for the team. We just hope that they can build on this success and also perform well in the continent next time around. So that is that on Redmond Stars. I wish them the very best of luck in the continent. I hope that they can retain the coach, and also majority of the players can also be retained for the CAF competition, so that they can have bulk of that team ready to actually play for them in the continent. So that is that on the Nigerian Professional League. So that is that of the Nigerian Professional Premier League. So Nigeria is also fortunate that we're going to be having 2 teams in the CAF Champions League. So and we're still waiting for the second team to qualify, but Remo Stars, they already actually the champion of the Nigerian Football Premier League. So now let's just move on and talk about transfers, and talk quickly about transfers. So let's try and look at transfer news. So sorry, we'll go talk more about actually what the Unity Cup, but let's just talk about transfer news first. So this player on the screen, in fact, he might not be available for the Unity Cup because Barcelona, they have made the first move to actually to get Ademola Lookman, to sign for them next season. So the fee is probably going to be around 50 million pounds. I think 20 million pounds initial payments, and the other ones are going to actually be paid on instrumental basis. So, and also I think it's excess of 50 million pounds, as of 50 million pounds. So, and the reason why Barca is actually going for Lookman is because of, I don't think there's any headway getting Nico Williams. Nico Williams just signed a new deal for Atletico Bilbao last season. So, and the release clause on Nico Williams is actually slightly higher now. So I don't think Barca can actually afford him now And the coach, as well as I hear, Hansi Flick, is a big fan, of Ademola Lookman. So I think he wants a different option, on the left hand side of Barcelona next season. For me, it's a big move for him. If I'm to advise him to go, I think he should go, because he should forget about going back to England. I think he should go because you have the chance of being to be on the podium, every season, to win La Liga, win the Copa del Rey, and also even win the UEFA Champions League. So, I've been asking this question since that when will a Nigerian player win the UEFA Champions League? For me, if Lookman can join Barcelona, and I just think that Lookman might probably actually be the next player to win the UEFA Champions League for clubs in Europe. For me, the deal I'm hearing that they've made a move today, but not officially. I think Lookman had 1 year on his contract, so there's this flexibility looking at to get him. I think that one thing I can guarantee you is that Lookman will improve, will be better when he plays in Barca, because the current coach of Barcelona is known to know how to improve players. If you look at the way Pedri was compared to what Pedri is now, Pedri is probably the best midfielder currently in the whole of Europe, if not the world. If you look at the way Rafinha is now compared to the way Rafinha was, it's probably Rafinha is one of the best players too. So I think that if Lookman move to Barcelona, it might be a very good move for him. And I'm happy that there's been movement that's on that area. So I think that the player himself too fancies the move, and also he wants to sort out his transfer very early this summer, so he can be able to go for pre-season at least before going on holidays, to sort out that transfer quickly, so that he can relax, join a new team on holidays. The relationship between him and Atlanta completely actually was broken. There's nothing going to come out of it again. It's not as if he hates the club, but I just think that he doesn't want to stay in Italy again, and he doesn't want to stay with the club again, and he has to actually to move on from Atlanta. So I wish him the very best of luck. He's a guy that doesn't make too much noise. He wants to get all these things sorted before preseason, so that at the end of the day, it's not as if it's running from pillar to post. So the Liga is go suits Lookman, and I just hope that it might take him time to get used to the team, but at the end of the day, he's going to get used to that Barcelona team, and it's going to be better. It's going to be better for Nigeria too. I wish him very best. I have my co-host, that's my runaway co-host, is joining here. That got that thing, from my hand. Thank you for actually checking on us. If you have time to, just actually let us know towards the end too. Can actually bring you on. It's my co-host that ran away. I understand. If you know how complex, how busy schedules are in the UK, even I have to make sacrifice to call me on a regular basis on Friday. So thank you. That's why, guys, click on that dollar sign and support us. Click on the dollar sign there and actually support us. Send a super chat. Let us actually I will answer your question. So I'm happy that Lookman, there's been moves today, and I'm not sure, when you hear things from like a Mundo Marca and Mundo Deportivo, it's a very reliable source. So I wish him the very best of luck. I hope that the transfer actually materialize. So there's also, it's not sort of offer. Juventus are the front runners because they're ready to pay him his salary. They're ready to pay more than £50 million for Atlanta. But, if you look at it very well, you realize that going to Barcelona is actually a better option for him. I wish him the very best of luck. That about Ademola Lookman. So a player too that also comes up today is also Victor Boniface. Victor Boniface has also been, if you have been following Bayern Leverkusen of recent, it's no longer news that Victor Boniface is not what's it called? Victor Boniface is not part of Atlanta, not part of Bayern Leverkusen actually plans this season. When they are looking for goals, they don't bring him on. When they be given like 5 minutes, I think the club is looking for a way to already move on from him. I don't know, maybe it's due to his on-field or off-field problems. Maybe it's due to form. I don't know what happening there. But it's clear to the blind. It's visible to the blind that Victor Boniface is not part of the plan next season for Bayern Leverkusen. So, and there have been clubs too looking for a way to actually what to get him. So the top of this there is Tottenham and actually what and West Ham. They have been linked to actually what to get him. So, and that's actually what another thing that we have to actually what really know. Tottenham has been looking for a way to actually what get him. West Ham United too, a club in London, also looking for a way to actually what to also to get him too. And but a club actually what really showed today is actually what Juventus too, because it's unlikely that Victor Osimhen wants to play in Italy. So because Victor Osimhen might not likely want to return to Italy and play for a different Italian club. Don't forget that he had his issues in Napoli. So they are looking for Victor Boniface. So Victor Boniface is like the likely replacement. We're going to get Juventus. If you remember, last season, Juventus wanted to sign Victor Boniface last season. But I think Boniface wanted to actually stay in Germany. I don't know if there's anything on that move, but there was rumor that Juventus wanted to sign Victor Boniface. But now they are now bringing back that interest to take Victor Boniface to Italy. So that is the new. So I don't know, maybe he's going to look for a way to exploit the Italian opportunity. Juventus might be qualified for the UEFA Champions League. I'm not really sure about that. But let's see, maybe there's a lot of options on the table for him. There's also clubs in La Liga that actually wanted to sign Victor Boniface too. So let's look at which club he actually would join. For me, if I'm to pick for him, I would prefer him to go to Juventus in Italy, or he should not go to Tottenham and West Ham. For me, for Christ's sake, West Ham is not his level. I think it's slightly ahead of West Ham. So that is my take. And I wish him the very best of luck too. At least if he leaves Germany, join a different club, it's going to be like a fresh air for him too, so that he can be able to settle, also start his life again. Because we have to be honest ourselves, this season has been very bad for him. So I have my first gift here. Idolson gave me $10 super chat. Thank you, Idolson, for there was no message to actually accompany that, but thank you for your love. Thank you for your love. Idolson always actually was looking for a way to actually support my man from America. Thank you for your love. And Juventus is like to actually sell. Yes, they want to sell Vlahovic. I think it didn't do well for them. It's a player that joined them with high hopes from Fiorentina also, and I don't think that they're getting that from him now. So thank you again for your super chat. I really actually would appreciate your love, guys. Follow suit too, guys. Try and actually send some super chat. If you send me questions, I'm ready to answer all your questions today. But I cover that question with super chat. Thank you for your love, Hidato. I appreciate you, my man. So that's that about Victor Boniface. Juventus wants to sign him, and also Tottenham and West Ham. So that is that about Victor Boniface. So a player that I'll be talking about today, but unfortunately is Victor Samuel Chukwueze. So according to various newspaper in Italy today, he said that they are looking for a way to replace him with a player from Sassuolo. That is actually what Samuel Chukwueze. Samuel Chukwueze will be replaced with this guy from actually Sassuolo. I think they already given up on like Samuel Chukwueze. Like, he might not perform. So they got him for like around 20 or 30 million pounds or so, but they're ready to lose money, and try and offload Samuel Chukwueze. So clubs interested actually Fulham interested for in Samuel Chukwueze, and also his former club Villarreal. There's this adage in my language. It's that if we go front, if we go back, so I think it's probably Villarreal too also actually wanted to get him. So imagine they look at you, they want to replace you with a player playing in Serie B. It's a big thing. I hope he can pick himself up. This season has been very bad for him. We have to be honest with ourselves. A lot of people actually think he started very well, but unfortunately it did not. Things did not actually go well for him. So I wish him the very best of luck. I know that Marco Silva is a genius in reviving career of players that are not really playing football. So maybe Marco Silva will also bring him to Fulham and give him a new life in Fulham. So Color Bright, my man from Germany too. I'm getting euros and dollars today. Thank you, Color Bright, for your love. My man, I really appreciate you. My man. Thank you for your love. Salute you. I love you. I like you a lot, and a fantastic personality. Thank you for your love. Thank you for showing your love. So thank you, Color Bright, for that love. So I have 2 gifters now. So guys, you can actually you can send something. You never know. So let me just move on quickly to a different one. We're going to Morocco, so you can support our half country. For Chukwueze, I just hope that he can get himself out of this mess. So another player I will talk about, I'll leave it for the last. So let me just talk about another player that might probably actually would be on the move again. So a player that might probably be on the move again. So there's been like reports today too about Victor Osimhen. So if you were talking about how Victor Osimhen did not, how Victor Osimhen, maybe probably actually the wage is too much, big money, he wants this and that. But we're not hearing today that Victor Osimhen is even ready to take a little bit less than £200,000 per week. A little bit less than £200,000 per week. So that means that all those bogus net salary being brandished around might not be true eventually. So it's ready to take less than £200,000 per week, which I think is not bad at all. So, and if it's the first choice for Ruben Amorim, but I know that they don't want to break the wage structure. That's the reason why they are looking at actually getting different striker instead. But if you're talking about a player that can come into a team and give you impact directly, is Victor Osimhen. So I'm hearing that Chelsea is the favorite to sign Victor Osimhen. But the issue is this: Chelsea must qualify. All Chelsea fans, Chelsea must qualify for the UEFA Champions League. Chelsea must qualify for the UEFA Champions League because we don't want Victor to go and play in Europa League or playing playing Europa League or playing Conference League. We want Chelsea to qualify for the UEFA Champions League. So I'm hearing that they are now the favorites to sign Victor Osimhen. So you see exactly what's going to actually happen. So there's also Saudi clubs too, but I think Victor Osimhen wants to stay in Europe and play maybe probably for a couple of seasons more. I also want him to play for a couple of seasons more. So I wish Victor Osimhen the very best of luck too. I hope that at least he might not be playing against Ghana in this Unity Cup because Victor Osimhen and Lookman, they need to sort out their transfer. Even Victor Boniface need to sort out this transfer, very soon. So a player that I have to just mention quickly is actually Toyota Godare. I brought you this news about 2 weeks ago that Toyota Godare have been linked to Bayern Munich and also also projected more than VSP and Stuttgart. So there will be no movement on this. There's no follow up on them. Maybe probably they're trying to make more inquiries about There's been no movement on this, but what we are hearing basically is that Newcastle and Fulham will be in the mix for Toyota Godare too. And I think it came out in one of those interviews too that he prefers to play in the Premier League. Is he a Premier League player? Well, I will leave you to talk on that one when you come on, later. I wish him the very best of luck. So now to another Nigerian player that's been linked to a club, but is soon to be a Nigerian player. So is Juventus is actually Tino Anjorin. A lot of you guys might probably have heard about me talking about Tino Anjorin, for a long time, because he's a player I like. And forget about stats. When I see a player that can do well for Nigeria and is ready and they know them, And there'll be reports too. Juventus are now working on two names: Saba Gokizet and also teammate Tino Anjorin. So they're actually working on the two players. Juventus are actually working on them. So for a player that just joined Syria, about last year, and I'm hearing that there'll be movements too on him. So it shows that he's a player that can, he's got something that we need to actually harvest from him. I just think that he's a guy that can come in and do some certain things actually for Nigeria. So for me, and apart from this move, Atlanta already looked for a way to also make inquiry too about Tino Anjorin. So let's look at what will happen. But if you have been watching Tino Anjorin since when he returned back from injury, you will know exactly that he's a player with quality. When you talk about, well, I will go to the Super Eagles matter, very soon, when I actually when I discuss more about Super Eagles matter. So guys, I'm going to actually leave Instagram now because I'm going to Super Eagles matter. So guys on Instagram, I have to go and join on YouTube. Tosin T, my man's from Scotland. Go and join on YouTube now, very soon. So he's a guy that he can actually benefit Nigeria at the long run. He's 23 years of age, so there's still a lot of there's still a lot of things to actually to that can come out from him. So that's the reason why people are saying, oh, don't go and bring him, don't go and do this thing, don't go and do that. But I just think that this guy is still 23 years of age. He's younger than Calvin Bassey. So Calvin Bassey can be the next leader. If you want to ask you Rashid or Admeji, put the super chat. I'll tell you later on the point deduction. If you want to ask question, put the super chat. So I will tell you the reasons why I actually would like this particular player. So let me just quickly move on to him entirely so I can talk more about it. So I've looked at some, people have been asking me that, oh, this guy, what can this guy actually bring to us? But before I go to that, let me just quickly talk about the Flying Eagles so that when I go to Super Eagles matter, I stay with Super Eagles than coming back to Flying Eagles again. So let me just go to Super Eagles matter straight away. Hey, I have another super chat from Monsieur, my man from Canada. My mind is not Ogunbade. Thank you. Guy, hit the like button. Guys, hit the like button too. Hit the like button. That's my man, Monsieur Ogunbade. Thank you for joining from Canada. I appreciate you for your love. I love what you support. Okay, I love what you're supporting us. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you, Monsieur. So is leading by example now, $15. So yeah, guys, continue to do normal. So let me just go into Flying Eagles quickly. Matter. So Nigeria play against Flying Eagles actually and this was the line of Nigeria. You can see Ebenezer Akot in goal. Magari plays for this club, Economic Warriors of Maiduguri. Chukwu plays for Ofayam in the German under 19 league. Bamayi Daniel plays for Bayelsa United in the MPFA, and Chinasa Okoro, I'm not really sure where he plays for. So look at Olise, Divine Olise, Caleb Ugdeshuku, and actually Awa Ibrahim, Bidemi Omole, Barobu Ariri, and Clayton Jefta. See, let me tell you something. This was a similar team. It was a team that he played in the Wafubi. So Ebenezer was there. Bamayi and Magari played. Bamayi and Magari played. Divine Olise played. Jefta, Barobo, and Bidemomole actually played. See, let me tell you something. I have to be honest with you here. When if you are old enough here, apologies to our Gen Z people, when you see when you see a Nigerian under 20 team, there's this popular adage in where I come from. Say, feel bad, too bad. May you see a sign that somebody is a prince. But in this team, there's no prince here. This team, I don't say anything. See, if you see a Nigerian team, if all of them bad, you will still see a single player that will look for a way to distinguish a talent. But when I see this player, Maruba Ariri, with due respect to him, a good player, he cannot flourish without service. But in fact, when I started watching this game, I was looking forward to at least make you have a player that can hold up ball, that can hold the ball in our midfield. I'm looking to have a player that can hold the ball in our midfield. Unfortunately, the time Caleb Odechukwu, despite his experience, he failed. Divine Olise, too anxious to impress. Awal Ibrahim, he can make runs, but I'm not comfortable with him was holding the ball. Nah. So I just picked out some areas that I looked at here. I was like, the coach needs to do a lot of work. Apart from winning, see, I agreed now that there's no way you can curb a cheat. There's no way. But it's going to get to a stage. That, if you even cheat for age, your age don't be the right age. But just be talented. Just excite us. At least we know some players that played under 20 for Nigeria at the age of 32, 33 years of age. And those players, they played 7 years for Super Eagles after playing under 20, 33, 37, 70 years. So, I just think that no matter how it is, some American, they cheat in age, but I just think that it's an issue. But I don't want to go into our age. I just think that you need to pick the best players to play for a country. That's the most important thing. So I picked some parts here. So for me, the coach have been camping the players for so many months. He was with them during Wafu, but they can't defend corner kick for their life. This is like Barcelona. It's like Baka from Temu defending corner kicks. Free marker, that's what I was talking. See, these Nigerian coaches say sometimes we need to learn. I said this thing too under Eguavon. I don't know, maybe I can pick out the graphics directly. I'm see maybe I can get the graphics directly. I said it under Eguavon. I said these things under Eguavon. That we need. I said these things under Eguavon. That we need. What's it called? You need. If you don't know how to do zonal marking, what's the point of doing zonal marking? If you're not really sure that you can do zonal marking, then what's the point of doing zonal marking? Just all over the place. Although maybe it's one-on-one zonal, they're just all over the place. The coach need to work on set pieces. At least they have been in camp for in Katsina, in Abuja. They were together in what's it called? Please, I beg, just to these boys, just train them more, because these guys don't know what they are doing. Not set pieces at all. So look at for me, this is like Bruno Yemechi Pro Max. This is Odinaka Okoro. What I'm saying is this: you go bad line, you go cross. Nobody, no striker they there. No, though it's people say that, oh, the boy is just 19 years of age. See, let's be honest with ourselves. Some of these boys, they have stopped developing. I will tell you the truth. Some of these boys, they have stopped developing. I'll tell you the truth. They have reached that. Some of them will just end up playing the MPFL. Or some of them move on to either to Tanzania, Ethiopia, Benin Republic, or so. Some of them have stopped developing. So what I'm just trying to say basically is this, see, if you go and check the new FIFA policy documents, they expect a player to be ready at 19. Look at Lamine Yamal. They expect now, before, under 17 is for developmental tournaments. See now, go and check the new FIFA policy documents. They said it there. Teach 15, 16 years old how to win games. These boys are just all over the place. So when I was talking about this, see, I expect him to cut back and try and play with the team again. He should look for the way, other modern left backs are playing. You are crossing the ball to nobody in particular. Only one player in the box. 4 different players there. Why can't you play and play out? I just think that if you want to get the best out of these boys too, you must properly coach them. Tell them what you want them to do. So this was the best moment in the game, and that was what led to our goal. The movement by Parobo Ariri. So let me tell you something, See, anything will be quality and quality. This game, it showed that Parobo Ariri came from a very good academy. It came from a very good academy. It showed. Can you see that run? He gave that Tunisian defender a dummy to allow Awa Ibrahim space in the box and actually score. So, that's what I'm talking about. Anything, learning. It's not about playing 11 beat 11. We need to invest in our grassroots, our coaches. Very important. What they are teaching these people, and it's not good. It's not good at all. We need to invest in them. For example, now, the only person I see having those big moments there was Parobo Ariri. Others. So that is that on them. For me, I just think that there's a lot of work to be done. For me now, I'm going to go to the Unity Cup very soon. Talk about Unity Cup very soon. So when I talk about Unity Cup very soon, maybe I'm going to actually make mention about I'll go talk about Unity Cup. So maybe when I talk about Unity Cup, I'll be able to talk more, about what's it called, the importance of Unity Cup and what it can actually bring to Nigeria. I'll talk more about that. So I just want to know, maybe I could get some things out here. I want to show you a graphic, so just to back my claim up slightly about this Nigerian coaches thing. So thank you guys for joining. Guys, click on the like button if you've not liked the video. Like the video quickly. If you don't like the video, just want to see. If you have not liked the video, click on that like video. So I'm going to put the link in the chat this thing for discussions time, so that you can actually put your comment. But I want to introduce a player to you now quickly. The link is already there. So, but don't join now. Just join slightly actually later. Because I still have a lot of things to actually talk about. But link is there. I'm going to just keep you in the waiting room. So I want to introduce a player to you now. And the player is this player talking about Tino Anjorin. So I'm going to introduce him to you. And I discussed about how it can actually benefit Nigeria, and what I think it can actually do, when it comes to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So I'm not his agent. I'm not his agent. I'm not trying to say I want to bring him to Super Eagles. is about to submit his documents to change nationality fully. So I think, so if the coach thinks that okay, this boy can actually help me, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why can't you invite him? Why not? So that is my take, on that. So I'm going to just bring some few things out. Sorry guys, I just want to show you the graphics of the last one so that I don't miss out that part. So sorry, 1 sec. So just put that one. So I think okay, I'm gonna just okay, yeah. Let me just move on to him quickly. I'm trying to get it out. So yeah. So this is the player I'm talking about. When I discuss about the type of profile that Eric Shell actually wants. I told you about that he wants a box-to-box midfielder. That box-to-box midfielder is not just for him to be running up and down. Is a player that must be able to sense danger and know how to capitalize on turnovers. So this player I'm talking about is Tino Anjorin, the guy on the left there. It's called Tino Anjorin. He plays for Empoli in the Italian Serie A. And I told you about his transfer to Juventus, like, he's gathering momentum. So this was the game against Verona, and he plays from back to forth. So he sensed danger. The guy you see there in the red circle with him was the was the Verona defensive midfielder. It's like the person that dictates the play. So I don't know, maybe you know these things. When he realized that there was a loose touch in that midfield, and he went after this guy. He took the ball off him. So I just think that a player, we must know as a player and as a team, we must know when to press and how to press. Immediately he saw that guy, there was a loose touch. He won the ball away. He won the ball from him, and that was him. Can you see? Final ball. Final ball. This was the second goal from Empoli against Verona. You can see final ball, defense splitting. He won the ball. He drove the ball. If he's not scoring, he can make assist. But the problem is that injury slowed him down. If you guys go and check his article on BBC, he spoke about his injury ordeal and how injuries can even affect mental health. Guys, very interesting reading. You can actually check that one on BBC. How injury affects mental health of players. So can you see? He won the ball quickly. He passed the ball to, and you can see clearly that the guy scored that goal straight away. So he won the ball. So this was the previous action. Then that was the next action, and you can see the ball actually they scored. They scored from that. I'm just trying to tell you, how instrumental it could be in his own box and also in the opposing box. So this was also in that same game again, was all over the place like in this game. So, you can see the position he likes to actually occupy. So apart from even trying to go back and forth, trying to influence the game in different boxes, opposing areas, he also tries to dictate the play, and look for, holes and how to break the opposition actually down. So this is the position he likes to actually occupy, and he's very strong on the ball. So 2 minutes ago I told you about trying to sense danger. You can see him there. There was like this scramble between the Venetian players and Empoli players in that area. He was trying to observe that situation and see exactly what they could do, what he could do in that area. He was sensing danger that, okay, Venezia might probably lose the ball there. He was sensing turnover. At this point, he just considered a goal against Venezia. So it was time, they were trying to look for a way to actually to equalize. And the next action, you can see he got the ball. So he won that ball he realized that it might be very compared to when he played the final pass against Verona, but against this Venezia, he just realized that, oh, why can't I have a go myself? So and he had a go by himself, and that was actually how he scored his first Serie A goal this season. I can tell you that that's why I say start sometimes doesn't really do the justice for the performance of these players. Sometimes they are so good, but because of start, what we check all the time, you will not really know exactly what these guys actually want to put in. That was a very good goal. That was actually what a very good goal. And that thing that I like is that he's not scared to shoot, and he shoots well. That is one thing. So I just want to know how many Nigerian midfielders can score from outside the box. That's comfortably. For example, now, with due respect, I saw one of Nigerian midfielder in the last World Cup qualifier try to shoot from outside the box. Oh my days! This was a player that when he was forced into the Premier League, he scored one of the best goals. He tried to shoot, very poor technique, and that was the reason why I thought he's shooting off late too. For his club, very poor technique. So this guy shot the ball well and actually was scored against Venezia. Though unfortunately they drew that game 2-2. They couldn't find the winning goal, but it was actually what that had a very good impact on that game. So when he was also in the championship, in the English Premier League, that was his goal. When he was in Huddersfield, you can see that was a very good goal. When he was in Huddersfield, you can see from outside the box, you can see the way he actually curved the ball to the back of the net. So it's just if they are making noise about the player that the player should be invited, why not? Why not? I'm not saying that the player should come and actually take the place, but let him come and challenge. Let him come and challenge the guys we have there, and let's see who is the best player there. So if he's the best, then you pick him. If he's not the best, you can drop him. That is it. If it's not the best, you can show what you can actually you can drop him. So that is actually what that's on Tino Anjorin. So and it's a player that will probably actually be in the Nigerian team sooner than later. Let me know your opinion about Tino Anjorin. What do you think about Tino Anjorin? What's your opinion about him? Have you watched him before? Do you think he can actually add something different to our national team? What's your opinion about him? Let me know. It's also in the comment section. That's I have this thing. So final, this thing is about I have okay, Idea Isaac. Thank you, Idea Isaac, for your super chat. So Unity Cup. Let me just quickly. I have Ademola Lookman joining me very quickly. Now let me just talk about Unity Cup before I actually bring him on. So Unity Cup takes place this month. So and you can see on your screen there, May 28th, Nigeria against Ghana, and Nigeria also play against Trinidad and Tobago or Jamaica on May 31st. That's actually what that. So, but what I want to talk about is that what do you think should be the benefit of this Unity Cup for Nigeria? Do you think that we should try new players? But because I don't want to keep my guests waiting, I'm going to bring them on. Then I will continue because I want to discuss some certain things about this thing. So let me just bring Oladipo actually on. That's my brother from Birmingham. So and thank you for actually for joining. Can you see your face is now back on now? When fast they finish, you got fast is not finished now.
I said.
I don't say your face is not because not that I know. So thank you. Nice to actually advice. Oh, thank you for your show super chat. So let me just start straight away. I mentioned I just talked about a player called Tino Anjorin. So when I discussed this thing about bringing new players to these Super Eagles, just to try them and see if they actually were good enough. In fact, when I said it in my story, people DM me that why now? Because they have a particular loyalty, they are loyal to a particular player. They don't want one player to come and take their place. When I say goalkeeper, one person, I don't want to mention the person's name, say, make them not try him. Now only one goalkeeper we know. You should bring one goalkeeper, this and that. I want to ask you this question. What do you think is the impact of competition? Let me start with Oladipo. If I go like that.
What do I think is about with competition?
Competition, yes. Why do you think that people are already away from competition, Super Eagles? Why?
It's not like they are running away from competition. Most of we Nigerians, let me generalize it, we Nigerians, we are interpretation of the government we have.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the same thing our government people do, we too also do. We are always partial. When it is our person that is there, would want to, now, I noticed something now, and I'm not throwing shit at anybody. They have, how would I say it? I want to say it in a very responsible way, respectfully. They have bullied you to be scared of not mentioning players' name. So, so when you want to say something, you say one particular player. I will not mention his name. Well, I mean, see, in the days of all these Unsofo, they are not the greatest players, oh. But
Uh-huh.
these guys were fighters. They were
Yes.
proper because they were too many good players then. So we
Mm-hmm.
didn't really see them as big players. If
Mm-hmm.
Unsofo was playing now or Osazi was playing now,
Mm-hmm.
they would be struggling.
Yeah.
They won't be struggling. So yeah, we should not be scared about saying things. Our keeper his confidence level is up, but his proper
Ability.
ability is not up. So what
Yes.
do we do? We have to find someone to tackle him and make him
Yeah.
sit right. Then
Yes.
for the midfield, yeah, we all know we don't have anybody in the mid. So honestly speaking, Onyeka, the two Onyeka, Onyeka and Oyedika are the two say proper midfielders we have right now.
Yes.
The rest are not up to par.
Hmm.
Like they are not up to par. So we need
Yeah.
this guy. Since you
Yeah.
and IoT have been mentioning his name, I've not really seen him play. But
Mm-hmm.
when he played for Chelsea, he didn't really play much when Chelsea won
Yeah.
Champions League. So
Yeah.
I don't really know his game. But
No.
I've been
Yes.
seeing short videos, and it's 3 years ago. That's
Yeah.
why I can't say much.
Say
But
much
I've not
about
been
it.
seeing last few months
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
Yeah.
the Unity
Oh,
Cup is going to add enough to Super
so
Eagles because,
Super Eagles.
yeah.
Yeah. So I just let me hear from you before I go to the next question. I just let me hear from you.
To me, I believe any competition brings forth good results.
Mm-hmm.
That's my own belief. Any
Mm-hmm.
competition brings forth good results.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we have options when a player gets injured, we will not be scrambling to go and bring players from obscure league, people
Mm-hmm.
playing in Ethiopia and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at what we're discussing when he came live during the week
Mm-hmm.
about AEBAT, the successful AEBAT squad of Oji Sokalu. They
Mm-hmm.
had options. So if a player it was not in the team, they were not
Mm-hmm.
scared to bring other players. And I
Mm-hmm.
always say your bench should be as good as your starting 11.
Yeah.
You know, now look at what happened last time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody when at last AFCON,
Mm-hmm.
when Nwabali got injured and
Mm-hmm.
this guy was coming up, what's on this former goalkeeper? The
So,
one that said
So.
Ubo, everybody was scared.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was scared. When I say
Mm-hmm.
that one said if you have any competition, when I say any competition, bring quality players, quality players to the
Mm-hmm.
team. You know, if a player gets injured, we won't be scared. But now the way it is now, I understand why some people don't want first Tino Anjorin because they have said that this is someone that might even send their favorite player packing from the national team. But when we say they should bring players, it's not about sending players. Now look at
Mm-hmm.
what we be clamoring for.
Mm-hmm.
When Olisens was going out, another player was
Mm-hmm.
coming in. You know, when
Mm-hmm.
those were going out, Mikel was coming in. Since Mikel left, that place we've been struggling to get that person to fill that role.
So,
So that's what
so
I'm talking
just
about.
I just please just hold your thoughts. So that this way that what you just mentioned now take me to my next question. In the LG Cup that with this Unity Cup, in 2003,
yeah.
some players made their debut for
The big,
Nigeria.
the big,
Tai Tayo.
So the players are Abe George, You get it? That was the first tournament that Abbey George played for Nigeria.
Yes, sir. Other
Even
coach.
Taiwo.
There was a player, Joseph Enakire.
Enekari from
Yeah,
other
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
so one.
Joseph Enakire played. There's also there's a
Obafemi
player
Martins.
that was a French player
No,
then.
no.
They brought him in and called me Ahmed Gaba Yaro Yaro.
Yaro. Amegaba. Yaro.
Ahmed Gaba Yaro Yaro. And so I'm just trying to get this name. And this player it wasn't regular in 2002, but they brought him in, Prince Ike Ekong. Ike Ekong. So
yes,
you can see that time Obodo just went to go and play under 21, under 20 in Ethiopia, under Keshi, 2001.
Yes.
2 years after, he played for Super Eagles. So they didn't bring him in during AFCON. He came in this tournament and Obodo became mainstay for Nigeria. It's okay. So I want to ask you this question. In 2002, Yobo was playing right back for us.
Yes.
And he was already playing center back for Marcel.
Yes.
From Marcel to everything was Snow. They moved to the center back. That time, we were looking for right back. Then Abbey George came. Can you see? We tried Abbey George in that tournament, and it became what? Our first choice. You mentioned there's a player, Christian Obodo. He came to our midfield. And before you know it, Obodo went to AFCON 2006.
Yes.
Went under Gabon.
Yes.
So if I just going to start from you now, if you are looking at this Unity Cup, which position will they look for? At least 2 positions away. Because I'm hearing that Eric Shell will be performing a minor operation for the team. He might be performing a minor operation for that team, not overall surgical, but he wants to perform some minor operation for that team. So I don't know which position, like the way Abbey George came, which they look. No, Martin is 2. This cup, Martin is going to make his debut.
Martin played his first match against Ireland. Remember?
Yes, friendly game. Yeah, Ireland in London. Yes. In London. That's it. Yeah, it's not 2-2. It's 2-4.
Yes, Sheyi Elofijano. Remember? Yes, and the very playing there was Sheyi Okusoya and Eric Ejiofor.
Do you know this guy called Pina Ajiwa? People don't know that. Ajiwa. He will play the Cup now. So I want to ask you, which position do you think this guy need to get? Just mention 2 positions. So say this guy need to get a player there in this Unity Cup.
I would say our attacking midfield / let me just say midfield.
But don't say you know that more. Say it needs box to box, not attacking midfielder.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I don't want to play that. Just say midfield and central defense. For me, midfield and central defense.
Yes.
Because I my stand. Since Ekong moved to Saudi Arabia, me have been saying that I think I think it should be excused from the team because he moved. His game has gone down tremendously. Remember, even before AFCON, we are lost up in Ekong. But when it came to AFCON and he played well at AFCON, we were okay, maybe we have him back. So I want central midfield and I want midfield and central defense. And I want for us, to also look for option when it comes to our left back. I repeat, left back. I know we have players that can come in when it comes to our wings. Both right wing and left wing.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of us bringing up playing Alex Iwobi or Ademola Lookman as our midfielders. The last 2 matches we played, people were playing Ademola Lookman, but this guy was playing the midfield. When you play players out of their positions, they cannot flourish. It's like you moving Lamine Yamal to the midfield. He's not going to flourish.
Yeah.
So We need to get players, our central defense and our midfield. That's my hope for that.
So let me ask Ademola, which area you see for that 2 games, say, this guy needs to get player for this position. Which no, 5 might be too much, but which position this year is urgent for him to get a player?
Urgent. If you say urgent, I would say that Chukwueze's role,
Mm-hmm.
that side, and then I don't know if it's okay to use Anjorin for that box to box because he's an injury prone. So if you take him
Mm-hmm.
to competition and he's playing the box to box, he might end up getting that injury. So
Mm-hmm.
you should just I don't know, maybe there's another one we can get. But if we cannot get another one, Anjorin should just play just one singular role, and then is assisted with any other
And that
midfielder. But
defender.
just those two roles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I also agree, but make I lie to you, because of the situation where we did, we need something to happen in our right wing.
Mm.
Honestly, that right wing is dead.
Yeah,
Osai
Don't
Samuel
you
is
think?
doing nothing there. Chukwueze is doing nothing there.
I feel sorry for Chukwueze because
Uh,
just
uh, Smith, I believe you have our right wing is secured because to me, I believe Taylor is still part of the team
No,
and Ola is still.
he needs to try Teller to see how Teller can fit in. For example, now
Oh,
he already tried Chukwueze
no, no, no,
and
no,
he
no.
realized that see, I'm like to you, they've been complaining that it's not helping the team at all. Defensively is what is wasn't helping the team. Attacking contribution wasn't helping the team. So there's been that conversation already, and you guys can see. So it's not for him to divest if they come out and for pitch. He needs to know that is not actually what really helping the team in that particular area. So, and that is that on that area. And this friendly game, I want to like to you, is for him to test these guys and give them time. So, former Nigerian international that made his debut in this Unity Cup, Abbey George, he said something that if he's to advise Eric Shell, I'm still going to look for a way to bring him on, is that he wants it to be 50-50. So, he said 50-50. See, this Unity Cup, 50% the boys where he don't know, and 50% of the new one, so that they can be competition. And when I brought in Udeze last week, he said something that there's no competition in this team. Do you agree with that,
Yes.
Radibo?
yes, there's no competition. There are some people that just feels like they are landlord in Super Eagles, and which is not supposed to be like that. In
Yes.
Africa, we should be like the England of Europe. In
Mm-hmm.
England now, there's nobody that feels like is a landlord. See how
Mm-hmm.
big Rashford is; they will X him
Mm-hmm.
out. See
Yes.
how even Kane, if he's not performing,
Mm-hmm.
they will X him out. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why Nigeria keeps dwelling on past glory. Like people like Chukwueze now, the only reason he's being called is past glory. Like we
Mm-hmm.
always remember things the way he dribbled South Africa in 2019. That's why he
Mm-hmm.
still makes the team. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how just that match still makes him make the team till today, and he's not playing anything. So he's not supposed to be in the team. He's not supposed to be even making bench again.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we used to say, Nigeria is like we should like our. I don't know how our team put it. Like all these players, like they are living up to average with Nigeria standard. No, that is
Mm-hmm.
not Nigerian standard. That is not Nigerian standard. Chukwueze is no longer Nigerian standard.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? I would say to me, honestly, Ndidi still has minutes to offer in Super Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
He still
Mm-hmm.
has minutes to offer. So he's Ndidi still very much okay with, maybe him starting. I don't believe in him benching him. Starting him and removing him maybe 55 minutes. That
Mm-hmm.
55 minutes, he will give you his best.
Mm-hmm.
Then they can add up, maybe gradually they'll just, when he's growing older. Because the way all these
When he's growing
30
older,
they are,
is he not older now?
I mean, let's according to books.
Yes.
All this sentiment we are having now. Eh? During
Mm-hmm.
Mikel's time, everybody were saying, Mikel should go and sit down. All those times he was losing ball in 20, was it 2019 or when? And
Mm-hmm.
then he just humbly left the whole thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
to show how somebody that loves the country and wants younger people to, but our people, the people we have now, they
Mm-hmm.
want to eat everything and not even leave the bone.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I
So,
actually would agree. I got to
so
yeah. Okay, yeah.
I,
Continue.
yeah, thank you, Ola. I agree with Ola. There's no, there's no competition in this thing. I think some people have that mindset that they go start me no matter what. I go play, sha.
Mm-hmm.
I go play, sha.
Mm-hmm.
See, hence we still have some names. We have some names in the professional list that came out last time because some people felt, oh, I go play, sha.
Mm-hmm.
Smith, thank God we and I will witness our football in the mid-90s, early mid 90s.
Yes.
You know how many players that played the qualifiers for World Cup?
Mm-hmm.
It was West Ham said it was difficult for West Ham to pick his final 22-man squad
Yes.
because even the home base like players like Abusude Edema were good players.
Yes.
If Finidi was playing local league,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
imagine I mean remember Elasikela.
Yes.
You know when the players came, see only they just came 1993 and took the shirts. That we are talking
Yes.
about. How
Mm-hmm.
in as much as I want to agree with Abe George, I
Mm-hmm.
think I think no, it was a Clabber first then. I will want for the team to be of 30% regular and 70%. Let me say 20% regular, 30% fringe, and
Yes.
50% new boys.
Yes.
Remember, Unity Cup gave us Paulo Biefule.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There
Paul
was where I
briefly.
was.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I remember I watched that match in Lagos, that Unity Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I watched
Yes.
live. With that,
Yes.
it gave us many players. Remember,
Yes.
Richard, even Joseph Rimofe from under
Mm-hmm.
17, 2001.
Yes. Yes.
Richard Eromoibe from under 20,
Yes.
2001. These guys
Mm-hmm.
came.
Yes.
So they were saying that I want 20% regular, 30%
Mm-hmm.
free, and
Mm-hmm.
50% new boys. Let everybody
Yes.
come. Let's what's going to happen. And even
Yes.
bring goalkeepers. Everybody come. But the players you are going, I want you is going to invite. I want them to be players that play regularly in their clubs. And it
Mm-hmm.
should please not bring players from obscure leagues. Don't go to Tanzania. Don't go to Luxembourg. Don't go to
Mm-hmm.
all those Latvia or
Yes.
Armenia. No,
Yes.
let
Yes.
us bring our players. I wouldn't mind if we can tell. I don't believe Ogbu is right for Spy Eagles, but
Mm-hmm.
he's playing with you can bring them. The Onaiwu boy guy, bring them. Let us play them. But
Okay.
should
Okay.
not bring.
Should I tell you here
Mhm.
the player you mentioned, people that were in the camp, will play against them. No, we are.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Like I said,
I'm not
I
talking
said
about so. Yeah.
I
So
don't
I don't
believe
think
in
he's
him.
getting the. I don't sure maybe the coach really rates him. Though he got injured too in camp. I'm not sure the coach really rates him at all.
At least he has seen that one. He has seen him. If it's not,
Yes.
if you believe so, this guy's not it. He should bring
Mhm.
others. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
He can
But
bring
I
that
want
boy
for
to bring him
him.
back. So talking about
you know what I
players.
suspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry for cutting you short.
Yeah.
I'm suspecting they might force Iheanacho on him
Because it's
because they will say the competition is not. They should give him another try. You know,
mhm.
they might for and those kind of people are not what we need. Even when
Because
if we have to play friendly with Congo, we
mhm.
don't need him because we need people to showcase what they
Okay.
have so we can put them in bigger stage.
Mhm. Yeah.
But you'll see what
Mhm.
I'm saying.
Spiller, please, can I clearly respond to Ivory?
Yes.
Ivory, we are not saying our NPFL is garbage, but the people handling our football, now look at the guy that was invited to the camp, the two guys were invited to the camp. One was a bench warmer. wasn't a starter. In fact, he has not been starting. The goalkeeper. And the other one, I've been out of football. I've been going to for trials for the past 2 months, not getting a club. And the others felt he was the best person to come to the team, and they drop people that are playing week in, week out. So should that be the case? They are already telling us that our MPFL is garbage. We are not the ones saying it. If a national team coach should bring in a goalkeeper as his second choice in his club in the MPFL, and a midfielder that has not played football for over 2 months, that has gone to clubs abroad, didn't get signed, and now they are bringing them Super Eagles. What the coaches are telling us that our MPFL is garbage. I agree. I hope I'm making sense. I agree.
Okay, thank you. Talking about the player you might be seeing for the first time in London playing for Nigeria is a player called Femi Seriki. Right back, left back, right midfield. He plays for Sheffield United in the English Championship. He's played how many games with since he came from calf injury. He's been a regular for Sheffield United. In their last game, he played like 65 minutes. Right back. Unfortunately, they are on 89 points. They could not qualify directly for the Premier League. So for me, I think they were like the third best team in the championship, but they could not just measure up to like Leeds and actually and Burnley. So the bad news is that the boy will play in the playoffs for the Premier League. So because he's going to win the playoff, he might not have enough time. I don't know when the playoff will be. He might not have enough time to join the team for the game against Ghana and play that. For me, this is a player that I've watched, fantastic player with good energy, and he should come and try. If it is not good enough, they should not call him again. That is it. So because he's based in England, so it's gonna be like he's not playing for England. It's gonna be like an easy call up for Nigeria. He's 23 already, so that is actually what Femi Seriki. So and another player, talk about not Yami Yama. We say Nigerians. I'm coming to his story very soon. So he's this guy, Otto Konko. Konko played for England on a 16 level, but I was so happy that he won promotion to the championship from League One, and we're playing in the championship now. So he's a player that is now, you can even see his beard now. He's getting matured, so he's not the baby face Okonko used to know. He's getting matured. He's facing shots now. So and he does not need clearance to play for Nigeria. So all the guy needs is for him to have his passport, from the Nigerian embassy. I hope that Ladipo can sort that one out for him. Go and meet our people in London, because the type of chakara they do for that embassy, but maybe because he's a player.
They have changed it to kudos to that minister now. They've changed it. They would even deliver it to your house now.
Yeah. So okay, continue. So at the end of the day, he's a player that can actually can call me. And can he add anything to Nigeria? For me, he can. It's competition. It's about competition. I remember that Vincent Nyama was the third choice going to the World Cup in 2002. The first choice was Ikechoromu. Second choice was Ejide. Remember that Ejide was the one in that friendly game, keeping that friendly game and everything. But at the end of the day, Nyama became the first choice for how many years? So you never know. This boy is legit 23. It's not our usual. It's not our usual 25 years of age. It's not a 40-year-old calling himself 20. I'm just saying. So it's a legit 23 years of age. I think actually was there. So even when when strikers the goalkeepers are growing, they become better. Look at Ali Boumidi of Tunisia. Look at the guy from Egypt. I forgot his name. That not Eshanawi, the one before Eshanawi.
Yes. If
And
Ahmed Shobey was old, all of them were old.
yes, even we look at Peter Rufai. Peter
In fact,
Rufai
all of
in
them were old.
1984, is still so. So for me, I think is so. Why can't you give him his opportunity? So for me, let me just ask you this one. So about Femi Sadiki and Otto Bongo. Let me ask Oladipo first. So Femi Sadiki plays the position of Olaino. And Olaino is undisputed number one.
Right back.
So on the right back, do you think that the backup right back is up for grabs, or do you think that Osai Samet is enough?
It's good for number two. The if he's good enough, because
Yeah.
Osai Samuel, I'm sorry, but I don't see why he's playing for Nigeria. I've never. They used to hype him, but
Hmm.
I've been trying to see his game. I mean, what makes him a professional? But I don't see anything. I remember in the Nations Cup when he was just dribbling, pass, 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 pass. He was just shouting, pass, pass. He was doing like a deaf man. But
Hmm.
I don't. He's good enough for second choice. But
Hmm.
this guy, what's his name? The keeper. I
Hmm.
mean, if our number one is playing in South Africa, why can we not have another person that is good that is in this thing? So, ah,
Yeah.
and
Sorry,
if he grows,
a lower club in South Africa. A lower club in South
can you
Africa. I'm sorry to
imagine?
say that.
Making mistakes
So,
there.
but he has shut our mouth with
Hmm.
his confidence level. We don't
Hmm.
have anything to say too much. If he
Hmm.
was like he was not keeping well now, we will all be
Hmm.
easy. It will be easy. But because of his confidence level, but I mean, why can't someone that is playing in championship be? That's a country like Nigeria. According to IoT, we can. It's very difficult to have keeper in Premier League right now.
Hmm.
But at
Hmm.
least we have somebody in championship. It's okay
Yes.
now. We
Ah,
can manage it.
the last time a championship keeper kept for us, remember, Nigeria was Zambia in World Cup qualifier 2017. Remember? As we won
What's his
2-1,
Yeah,
name? The fair guy,
Kali Keme.
Kadi
Akali
Kemen.
Kene.
He saved, if you see the way they save ball, if you see the way they save ball that day, it was the
Hmm.
man of the match. Unfortunately, the boy got sick. Kali Keme. It was the man of the
Akali
match.
Kene.
Yes.
I
It
think he would
was.
have grown to be a very good keeper if not for what
Ah,
happened.
Yeah,
that
to
suffer
that
way
sickness.
we suffer for this goalkeeping, we wouldn't have smelled it at all. Yeah, Ikeme was so good. And for me, in my own opinion, I just think that Osai Samuel, if you don't convert winger to a right back, this boy is a trained right back. You know, he has been growing, developing, and been doing so well. So for me, I just think that it can actually come and actually challenge and not that with what with Mandela Goye. So some of you guys are saying that I brought in Lamine Yamal's picture. Why am I talking about Lamine Yamal? But the reason why I'm going to talk about Lamine Yamal is this. Lamine Yamal started playing for Nigeria, started playing for not for Nigeria, for Barcelona at the age of 15, 16.
Yes.
So now, do you think that somebody challenged me, my dear, and said that you talked about this thing today? Do you think we have somebody in Nigeria on the
No,
streets of
don't
Owerri?
complete the statement. No, 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 no.
No.
No, Apple. No.
Uh, 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 um, um,
Eh?
See, let me tell you
sweet.
before you complete this
Eh?
statement. Let me
Yes.
tell you something. I
Uh-huh.
remember this thing last week, but all those times I was busy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't used to come to your life.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we Nigerians, ideally, I feel like in our 15, 16 years, because of poverty, we don't eat well. Our bone is not strong enough for
Mm-hmm.
um, the way a 16 years old European child will be. Sure, you
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Yeah.
When I went to check my own this thing, the machine says my bone will be strong when I'm 42, and I'll be like mid uh, 35, 36 by June. So
Mm-hmm.
and they said my bone is not as strong as 35.
Uh,
So them now, they it's because of we are coming from Africa. That's why it's very difficult for us to produce someone that is 15, 16 and do like 15, 16 years old of European standard. So you can't
Yeah,
really blame Africa. So it's
Africa.
never
Okay,
happened.
happy. Somebody said that Bright Iman said that he did Nigeria, but he do Yahoo. See, I beg, make we, make we,
Like I will answer the question in two ways.
yeah, uh-huh.
We have 15, 16 in Nigeria can do what Lami Yamal is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do have street football, but the problem is this: we don't have the facilities, we don't have uh, I think our society is not conducive enough for us as
Mm-hmm.
such.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Smith, we all played. I won't lie to you. I was starting when I started playing for a team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but me, I won't compare myself to others. Maybe because I'm a earlier support,
Mm-hmm.
bro. At that age, you know the way football is, or was Nigeria when I was playing ball.
Mm-hmm.
Football meant to be for the poor, and
Mhm.
that 15-year-old first of all help his mom to hawk plantain or
Mm-hmm.
banana or groundnuts.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he doesn't do that,
Mm-hmm.
he's not going to eat. You know, we have a lot. The thing is, if we have a derived atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
I think we can produce 10 of Lami Yamals. You know, another thing is this: nobody, no
No, no,
club in
no. I
Nigeria.
don't know. Sorry. The question is just this: do you think we have someone in the street of Owerri or the street of the dusty street of Port
Lagos.
Harcourt
We
or
have,
in a
we
Dutimeta
have.
somewhere or in
Yes, we
Semibota
do. We do.
that's as good as Lamine Yamal?
Yes, we do. We
But
do.
why are they
We do
not?
have them.
Where? So if he's as good as Lamine Yamal, then what is now the problem?
Yeah, now I'm telling you the problem is just that we don't have the rightful atmosphere to nurture these guys or to be these guys. Smith, you and I know no local coach, no club MPFL coach will bring in a 15-year-old to come and play for him. No,
They will not
I'm not gonna
trust
lie
him.
to you. Well, I'm gonna lie to you. They should stores you to do that, and insurance of Benin. They used to believe in young boys in up front, so not at the back, but not the class we have now.
Why not at the back?
If you don't have chest back there, if you don't have chest, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that because we don't have the rightful atmosphere, and
Mm-hmm.
it would have been a bit easier
Mm-hmm.
if the FIFA grant given to NFF
Mm-hmm.
have been disbursed or have been spent the right way. What these people are enjoying?
I don't. I will not agree with you on this, and I'm going to give you an example to back it up.
Okay.
Beyond Limits have been operating for years now, and we have been coming here to praise what they have been
Beyond,
doing
yes.
in Beyond Limits Ogun State. They
Yes.
have been going to win Valerio Cup. They went to win. They were been traveling around the world, but I don't know. To be honest, between me and you, now Norway, their players they go. They are Norway, their players they go. And this Beyond Limit, they have been scouting, then they scout, then they scout. If you see the way they scout, people see. I know Nigerian players, ex-players, they take their players to Beyond Limit so that they can develop very well because of the facility, hostel, and everything. So they call Ifeanyi Onyebuchi, not Ifeanyi Onyebuchi, Obasi, Onyebuchi Obasi, as the next big thing after fried rice. The boy that bench the job for no way. So, I don't know, where is your Lami Yama?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in Kano
Smith,
or Maduguri or
Smith,
Mm-hmm.
in Lake Chad?
Smith. Not
It's
it's
in
not
AC
not
Milan.
everyone. Smith. Not every parent will release their ones to go to another state, especially coupled with the insecurity.
So well,
I'm not.
I
I'm not
don't think.
making case.
Sorry,
I'm
I
not
don't
making
think.
case for them.
Where is the mecca of Nigerian football?
It used to be Belgium.
No, mecca of where do you get talent? Where we say we have
Mm-hmm.
we have
I
a
did
You
football
it
get
league.
to
from
tell
you
us.
get from south, south,
In,
south, south, and southeast.
no, I'm talking about now Lagos.
Lagos
See,
now. See,
I
let,
this line. I'm going to tell you this because Lagos happened to be the former capital. We say
mhm,
that, but
mhm.
we used to get our best talent from the south, south, and southeast. But
when they
Lagos,
open
actually,
when they open FCS Roma Academy, Real Academy, never send in cash for how many years? See, we need to see. See, we need to be honest with ourselves. We don't have Lamine Yamal. We
Not
don't
possible.
have. We don't have Lamine Yamal. I agree with
Not
that. What
possible.
we don't have Lamine Yamal. All we
those
have
people
is
that produce.
Yamal Lami. Yamal
Well,
Lami.
you may not
When
agree
they
with
when
me
they
though.
sell when they sell pure
Smith,
water for street.
Smith. Do
Yes.
I do we have a talent like Lamine Yamal? Yes, we have the talent, but are we going to even be able to bring them to their full potential? No,
And thank you.
Mm-hmm.
no.
Sorry, somebody just gave me an example of like Victor Osimhen. Tell me something.
About I breathe. Forget that thing. No man.
That's what I was about saying. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to say, I think Adeola might be right to some extent, and then we don't have the right scout to notice these guys. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, now it was luck that made Osimhen a professional because he himself said they were like, this one way in leg thing like this one no fit do anything, no. This one go fit play ball. So they just judge them by the body stature, like this one will be easily bodied away. So they will not want to trust them to put them in matches. You understand? To the extent that they will even see them. So
Okay.
sometimes
Let me ask I just this question before I go with it also. I don't know. I know that you will answer this question. I other can answer. I don't know. In the early
Mhm.
94, mid 90s,
Mhm.
if Victor Osimhen come out, do you think say Victor Osimhen can compete with Roberto Baggio?
No, 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 no,
I'm
no.
just saying. Do you think I can compete like someone like Roberto Baggio, Gabriel Batistuta? You know,
No.
uh, you know.
You will
I'm
not
just
think
talking
that
about.
Daniel Masaro.
There used to be one guy called Devon Suka. I don't know if you know
That one
Devon.
took out
The,
98.
Devon.
the Croatian.
You know what I'm just trying to
George
say
Aggie.
is, see, Osimhen came and he was lucky when when you say somebody is just destined. You
Yes.
know, it's not as if Osimhen had any proper bring up from any of these things. It was just there at the right time. For example, now Osimhen did not even do enough training to go to that under 17 AFCON, in Nigeria Republic. It just get crashed the camp.
that's destiny.
Just get crashed the camp. For example, now Lamine Yamal started from 15. It was a process, and it will start what? Start building. Look at Lamine Yamal, the first half against AC Milan. Is it Dimarquio? The ball that played left. Dimarquio will never. In fact, he said he gets injury for bomb because
Hello, sir.
he's
Point of correction. Inter Milan, not AC Milan, please.
It's Inter Milan. We know.
so what I'm just trying to say basically is that we might have somebody with the potential of Lamine Yamal, but a finished product like Lamine Yamal, I don't think we have in Nigeria, and we don't have the system to produce it.
Exactly.
Now,
Yes.
my question to Denoso is this: Denoso, Samuel Chukwueze and
Mm-hmm.
Lamine Yamal at 17. No, no, hold on. Samuel Chukwueze at 16. Lamine Yamal. No, no, no. Okay. Okay. I don't know. It's not bad. It's not good comparison because okay. But how far is Samuel Chukwueze in terms of talent to Lamine Yamal? So how far is it?
That's a very good question, my brother. Okay. When it came to the under 17, um, Chukwueze's potential then was very big.
Mm-hmm.
His potential was very big. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of big clubs were looking in his
Arsenal,
direction
everybody, Barcelona.
because Arsenal saw Chukwueze as the next Mark Overmars. Do you
Mm-hmm.
remember Mark
Yes.
Overmars?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
Okay. The likes of Inter Milan, Chelsea, them looked at him
FC
as the
Porto,
next
Ajeroben.
Robert.
Arjen Robin. The thing here is that the Chukwueze today, the skills, they are all still there. But the reality of it is that psychologically, this guy is not in tune. And his progress has continued to plummet, consistently plummet for the past 4 years. So when you compare Lamine Yamal, did he have that potential like this guy then? Yes. Did
Mm-hmm.
he continue to build on it? No. And one thing that has not been brought up a lot in most of the forum is that as much as these players are doing themselves a disservice, a significant aspect of it can also be blamed into the Nigerian national team. The
Uh-huh.
level of professionalism and seriousness is lacking in the national team. These guys are not motivated to continue improving in order to keep stake of their national team jerseys. They know that they are going to come and very much party around and leave their match bonuses to the Caesar that makes sure that they are invited. That is what is going on with the Nigerian football. A lot of these players are foregoing their bonuses to these guys in order to maintain their slots there.
Uh-huh.
Their talent, the level of progression among these players
Uh-huh.
is also diminishing because they are not very much being pushed to be at their best in
But
order to even wear the green
if
and
I cut
white.
you slightly there, who is
Mhm.
pushing Victor Osimhen?
Who is what?
Who is pushing Victor Osimhen?
What is pushing Victor Osimhen is
Yeah.
Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen has a heart to very much be one of the best. Okay?
What do you think is motivating Victor Osimhen?
What is motivating Victor Osimhen is coming out of wretched poverty.
But
He is
Boniface
more.
was also
It's
poor
more.
too.
It's more like a shark. Victor Osimhen is more like a shark in an ocean that tasted blood, and he
But
wants it all.
but what about Victor Boniface? He even came from a very humble
Victor
background.
Boniface, I want you to go back to the. I keep mentioning this. Go back to the interview that Victor Boniface had during the game against Sao Tome. Look at the interview, back to back interview between Boniface and that guy, and also Awoniyi. After watching that interview, that was the day I made up my mind that Awoniyi and Victor Boniface should not be in the Nigerian national team. And after watching that interview, it will make more sense to you. How can you be a national team player and you cannot even say, "Oh, I think yes, I think we thank God for everything we've achieved." They say, "I am very content with where I am." That is exactly what both of them said. You are very content with where you are. It's because you're guaranteed to very much be invited in a national team when you're not you don't deserve to
Mm,
get the invitation.
yeah.
The only way our national team will make sense and these players will start improving. When you're comparing, okay, for example, when you're comparing the 1994 players with these present players, the huge difference there is they lack motivation.
Mm,
They lack motivation within themselves, and they lack motivation from the external sources as well. But when you come to the 1994, you have to be on top of your game to keep
yeah.
your jersey. And that is also translates in their club sides.
Right. Uh,
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. Then also,
Yes, yes.
okay, I think okay. I would have what if we stay after I want to actually what to come, but let me just say this thing. You know, you have mentioned this thing about about the motivation. I think actually what doesn't actually what have, but you know sometimes coach can make a player to play for you. A coach can make a player to actually want to play for you. You can, for example, now you know that I don't know, maybe you guys have watched High Performance Podcast of Miguel Obi. Have you watched that? I put the link on my story before. Please, if you have not watched that before, please go and watch
Very
that
interesting
podcast.
podcast.
Miguel Obi, in the first 20 minutes, explained his journey to Man United. That journey was like a cabal, this thing. But you guys don't watch it, guys, go and watch that. But I want to bring this one out. This last window, Samuel Chukwueze was saying that he never run like this before. Like was caught. I say, this run too much. You have to, that is the demand from Mashu what from Eric Shell. And if you cannot do those type of things, you will not play for his team. But
Exactly.
I want to look at this question. And I'm going to go to Amo. Thank you for your super chat. Let me start from Oladipo, because I know that you like this player very well, Victor Osimhen. And I'll go to the other two. See, this Victor Osimhen matter. We know that Saudi Arabia like to poach African players. We know the reason why. We know that we have what's it called? Okay, I don't know.
I'm here. I can hear you.
Always say, okay, yeah. Okay. No, it's like,
Now Yamo, Sayamo,
okay,
it's
I
okay,
don't like being on the same live with him, so that's why I say you should remove him before I can.
okay. I come to you. So, people we know that say Saudi, but this guy, you know, he wants to stay in Europe. He wants to play. He wants to be competitive. Eh, I want to compare like the psyche of some different player. I don't want to mention the player's name because it's going to be like I said in the book. They never say, you don't pack his load. You don't they go airports. We know the player. So at what point do you think, say, in this player where I talk about way back in load, he never achieved anything that much. I think it's one good season, maybe 1.5 good season. So I want to ask you, at what point do you think, say, these guys need to look at my career and my money? At what point? Because looking at what drives our players now, it's like it's not a passion any longer. So I want to ask that question. At what point do you think that these players need to look at, okay, make I stay small, or make I go for the money? At what point do you think that player need to make that decision? At what point do you think they need to make that decision?
First off, I want to respond to Mr. Dino. So, what drives Osimhen is more than money. It's not money, because if
No,
you are
no,
talking,
he say money. I
you
don't say
know,
No,
money.
no, he
I
didn't
I
say
did
didn't.
say,
money.
I
Oh.
I did
didn't
say,
say
when I say
money.
money,
No, he didn't say money. I'm
I
just
never said it.
trying
Yeah.
to buttress his point, because there are many Nigerian players that are poor. I mean, stark poor. In fact, all these English boys that we are seeing, they were suffering in UK. Oh. Their
Yes,
mother
so
were doing
yes, yes,
proper care, doing
mhm.
cleaning. Don't let's think because they are in UK and they are coming
yes,
from luxury this thing. They were suffering. Ademola
Mhm.
Lookman showed his house. They were staying in council house.
Yes.
yes,
So there's no difference between Ademola Lookman and Osimhen, to be very honest. So
My brother, the suffering in in foreign country
sir,
is
do you
not the
live in
same
the
as
UK,
in
sir? Do you live in the
Nigeria.
UK, sir?
Mhm.
Do you live in the
no,
UK, sir?
no, we live,
No,
we live in the
I,
US.
I I'm in US.
Okay, if you know how people that suffer there and live
People
their
will suffer
life,
here.
you will know that it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Go and check YouTube. Ademola Lookman showed his house. They were staying in Castle House, and he said his mother used to go and do some cleaning.
Even Ola
Wash
not say that they could
different
not afford
toilets.
flight tickets.
Yes. So there's no suffering that is different from any suffering. Suffering is suffering. So long you are suffering, you are suffering. And if you can get there and you are driving yourself for more greatness, money is not everything. You would make this money when the money come now. If you make the money, what next? These guys, they are not proper super eagles stuff. If you see Ghana now, Ghana, the way what made their team the level they are now is because they keep using all these players that have already made name for themselves. That they're already rich themselves. They are like all these Nigerian players. When they have this money, if you change it to see this, everywhere is filled up. So they don't want to do more. So if we can't realize that now and overhaul many of them, we are going to end up like Ghana.
Hmm.
So for a person like Osimhen, honestly, I don't think it's time for him to go to Saudi.
Saudi.
Mikel said it on his podcast. He said he
Mm-hmm.
told him that, see, Saudi money will always be there.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a day he say, this boy, why they play football? Make you go collect money. That's why he's in the Imba. Because he was looking for money, 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 money. If you normally, if he is the age he said he is right now, he'll be playing in Saudi. If he is the age he said he is, he'll be playing in Saudi. So let's not convince the boy. If you enjoy his football, we are happy to see him in Premier League. We are happy to see him in top flight football in Spain. He should go there when he's like 29, 30. If he wants to go to this thing, what has Osimhen achieved in his life that he wants to go to Saudi? And you want to call him, you want to be rating him with big names like Kano and Co. He has not even played proper Champions League matches. He has not had 20 Champions League goals. He has not done anything significant in world of football just to win Scudetto that random people have won. You now want to go to Saudi like that. If Osimhen goes to Saudi, that's the end of Nigerian grassroots football. I
Hmm.
said it. No Nigerian raised player will win African best again after Osimhen.
Hmm.
No
Hmm.
Nigerian based again.
Yeah.
Right now, the only hope we have now is people that are born abroad to come and play for Super Eagles, which is
Mm-hmm.
very bad.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So
So, yeah.
it's not time for him to go. Let
Of
him
course.
just stay in Europe.
I think I should agree with you that sometimes
Mhm.
these guys need to know exactly what, where, and actually what when to strike. And that, Mamu, sorry for keeping you waiting. Let me just ask you this question because you have been a very good supporter of grassroots football. You like our player movements. You want players to move to a big club. You monitor them from like different their grassroots team. But Amo, out of these players, who does a scout, Amo? You don't scout any player talents.
But we have players at Unicorn. Unicorn is part of them.
Which
These young
Unicorn,
young young vibrant players from Unicorn. They are at Nottingham Forest now. So maybe the next Ronaldo will be from those boys at Unicorn. And you can see some of the pictures also posted by Olewa. Those guys are still very young. And they will do well for Nigeria. So I think our future is bright for our youth development in Nigeria. I, see, let's be realistic. I think we still have talent, but I think it's a combination of scouts. I think because of how Nigeria is spread out,
Mhm,
there are still players whereby the scout have not really been able to reach.
mhm,
Like you can't tell me with the war that's happening in Zamfara, with all this that's happening in the east and some that's happening in the northeast, tell me that there is no genuine talent there. But because of a lot of things that's happening there, it's really difficult for scout to go there. There might be some other reason, but let's say for example, you are hungry and there's war. Will you think about football? Or even if you know how to play football, the first thing that will come to your mind will be survival.
So,
So apart from that, one of the problem is coaching. We've had that discussion that I think Beyond Limit has reached that ceiling. The owner, Kunle Tsunami, need to sit back and re-strategize because I think maybe the plan he has is like 10-year plan. That 10-year plan has expired last year. Even presently now, you can see that there's no genuine talent from the present Beyond Limit, and that was the reason why they didn't go for Viarego because they know that they don't have thing. So another thing is just coaching too. So I think I like the idea they have a partnership with Portugal, but I think they need to spread their wings, look at other countries and see
Eh,
where they can get more technical
Amo,
resources.
I want to counter you on something so that there is no scout are not going to this thing. See, scouts are going to my village now. Let me ask you a question, Amo. You know that when they were, do you know when they were looking for 1 clock then in the is it 2000?
Oh yeah, that club that has
that
that
pendulum clock.
bell like
When they were
pendulum.
looking
Yeah.
for you, I said that the white man is looking for that pendulum clock. Say that they will give you 1 million if you. The way they were searching for the pendulum clock. Now,
People start
so
going to
they
their
search for talents now. See, they will go to people's village there to go and steal the clock. Now they are going to
Aguelekpo.
See, I think
So,
we're doing it the
yeah,
wrong way
see,
because
they
even
are
in Europe, are they doing that scouting the way we're doing scouting in Nigeria? Is that see, it's more of like we are jumping one step. See, if we want to do, and that's what I think NFF need to come out, apart from the FIFA having their own blueprints around youth football, NFF need to actually sit down and redesign another plan for youth football for Nigerian coaches. The present NFF cannot do that. But I think in an ideal setting, they need to develop custom something for Nigerian team. And after designing that, have coaches, those maybe are part of the panel that develop that plan for youth, for football youth development. Have that coaches trained well in partnership with, depending on the country, they will look for technical expertise to help them and have a proper development center. Yesterday, I was looking at Beaumont Center, developmental high performance center. Those things, how much would they use to build it? Maybe like $50 million or even $30 million. See, the problem is our problem in Nigeria is multifaceted. Like this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. So it's really hard to say, okay, where can we even tackle for now? There's a problem of knowledge within the coaching because you see our players on under 20, what they were doing, they were just loading. There's no tactical play. Midfield is missing in that thing. And you don't expect the under 20 coach to be the one that will now say, it would now look for something because in an ideal setting, it's supposed to rely on.
They should be developed already, yes.
They should be developed already. So his own is just to make the team gel. So, and you can see, I just forwarded it to you. Those boys, are you going to say those boys are under 20? But that's not the bone of discussion today. But I want to tell you that the same thing that's happening in Nigeria is happening in Ghana. Do you believe that Ghana under 20 list was released 24 hours to the game? And fortunately, the cousin of Ghanaian president is there. The boy is playing in maybe 5th year of Ghanaian amateur league. I just said it to you.
All of them. Jim FC.
See, and you think it's more of like they are copying the same script with Nigeria. See, very soon, West Africa will lose that de facto, that horror they have about saying, okay, they are the.
I don't think so. If you look at the facility, the Russians, I don't know, they are building in Burkina Faso. I don't know if they are the one. No, you see the one in Mali. See, Mali, Burkina Faso, and those Niger Republic, Ivory Coast.
The French
Africa.
The French speaking part.
They will take us back because of
they're
trying to put money.
So you pointed out these things. This country that you mentioned, Mali, Senegal, Guinea. Most of their players, they are just the northern part of the.
I'm interested in what you wanted to say when it's done, please.
Okay. Most of those players were like in the northern part of those countries, like you see, all of them are Muslim. So why is it that in Nigeria itself, whenever a coach assembles team and there is people from the north, people will say, "Oh, these players are not really genuine." Is it really like they are not really selecting the best of the players? Because I still believe that no part of Nigeria that have good footballers. If Senegal is coming from the north and they have good footballers,
sorry.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Amo, see, let's be honest ourselves. Any coach that you ask to pick a national team in Nigeria, there's something that a farmer will look for a way to try to make it towards their side. You know,
That's
if
yes,
you
but we should
see
not be saying that some
the boy
part of the
that
country doesn't have
the
talent.
boy that played the right back for us against Tunisia, my Gary.
Mm-hmm.
The boy is the right back of Economy Warriors, where this guy is the coach.
He's the coach.
The boy does not have any business. They were just sitting him down like if he was primary two. Does not have any business in that team. I don't know how the boy got there. And it's not only Coach Ali Zubairu. Look at Oluokere. They were speaking Yoruba in the World Cup. Imagine a national team. A national team. How do you want the Uzoma goalkeeper, the captain, to feel like
I want to say something now. I think in the last 2 or 3 years, the best under 17 and under 20 team I've ever seen is Nduka Ogbade's team that nearly missed, because that team is young and that team was really prepped well. It's just unfortunate that they played against some other teams that have their egmons. But that team
is a lie. I
agree with you, Smith.
I will not agree with you. See, the team the team he took to Wafubi is the best. But the team he took to AFCON,
the team he took to Wafubi is the best.
I'm
not saying that.
Now that one I catch and carry. So sorry, I just 10 seconds, but I want other people to have a reply.
Yes, thank you. Let me just correct your notion there. When mentioned Mali, Senegal, the players were not from northern part of the country because they are Muslim. Those countries are predominantly Muslim countries.
And they are northern part because they are on top now. See the terrain now. Look at the map now.
I'm just saying, I'm talking about the country. I'm just waiting now. Wait. They are always. I'm just saying that the players are not the northern part of that country. Just because they are Muslim, they are predominantly. See, Smilai just said it all. Now that when they give you fund and you spend the fund judiciously, you are going to get the results. You know, when I saw the Ghanaian team list, even the ones abroad, they all pass through Dreams MFC, owned by Coach Okraku, the Ghana FA president. The same
and CAF vice president.
And imagine the same problem we are facing is what we are facing now. I'm along when you said, "Oh, we have players."
So I can be able to
yes, okay.
I don't want him to lose his thoughts. Yeah.
So now, I am more. Even with all the players, all the young players, all the academy players that are going abroad now, how many of them are living at a young age? Now, tell me, Smila was saying something that's even in the past. We have other players that play for under 20, and one of them played for Spy Eagles from 1990 to 2002. From 1990 to 2000, he played his best game. That 2002, I would say, was just a racket. You know, for 10 years, he saved us. See, I don't care. This under 20, I wish every one of them well. But if you know you are coming to play on that team, just for you to go and make money, take care of your family, I don't have a problem there. But you don't want to serve the country, let them pick the young players. Now, I was asking a question. Why is that all our players did under 20? None of them is 20 years. I was 16, 15. Even the longest serving flying good player, Bamayi, just turned 19 January. It's 19 years. I imagine.
Okay, I just okay. Let me hear from you. So I want to say something about Amo comments quickly. I'm going to go to them. Yeah, Amo, I'm hearing you.
No, you were saying something about Burkina Faso
and Mali.
Yes.
So
I think he was talking about the stadium, right?
Yes. So the infrastructure they are building, in Burkina Faso, football infrastructure in Burkina Faso and Mali alongside Niger. I saw a documentary about Niger Republic. What they are trying to build. Niger Republic like they are not. They were trying to develop. So I was now wondering that why is it that they're taking it serious?
See,
And
that one has to do with politics because
yeah,
Russia is funding them. I mean, me,
yeah,
I'm not supposed to be talking about all these kind of things online because of what
mm-hmm,
I do. That's why I cannot go on Instagram to talk too much. So
mm-hmm,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay. So I just think that when it's turning towards that, they're serious what they are doing. They know what they are. Look at it now. The stadium, CAF Fakundi Stadium now. They gave them 20 millions to go and do it. They spend the money. The man stays them and say, "Where is the money?" Okay, now Abuja Stadium. Somebody collected $1 million. He
So
went
it's
to
me.
go
Don't
and
let us be
bring.
going back to that thing. That's
He,
more of like it's a
he went.
bygone. I think what we need to talk about now is
No,
that Shehu
no.
Diko just came back from Europe like 2 weeks
So go and
ago
do, go
and
and do what?
inspected some stadium. So let's see what's happening. They say they are looking for concession to some Abuja Stadium and some other federal
Uh,
government stadiums.
he's,
So let's
he's,
see what they will do.
let me tell you something. You know why I make reference to that is because when the man was doing it, we call him a saint. He was coming on Channels TV, talking every day. They are on this. They have dropped the 1 million. They have dropped the 1 million. It was somebody that told me that they went to go and call some people, a ministry of agric, to go and be planting the grass. Are they professionals?
So
They
still continue.
so I'm just trying to say that all these things, we need to be genuine with what we are doing. Look at the guy that was crying that maintained the stadium in Lagos. What's that one? The Johnson Stadium. Since they have approved that stadium, opened it, they have not been maintained. The what's it called?
Festival.
No. The one in Akpaku Stadium. They brought in. They brought in. They does not have toilet. Does not have media. They want to go Super Eagles. They brought in how much they want to repair. Sometimes
But I think there's a one that they are doing in Bayelsa now. I think they are really
see. Let me tell you
that would
something.
be a world class. It's just that the capacity is still small, but
See,
You see,
it's
no.
what I've just
See,
noticed is that as time goes by, everything is deteriorating as according to the type of government that is being in position in Nigeria. Every sector is deteriorating. As far back as 2005, I remember Liberty Stadium in where is it?
Ibadan.
No,
Ibadan.
sorry, not Liberty Stadium. The one we played against World Cup qualifier that we won 2
mhm.
at night like this in I think it was in Port Harcourt or thereabout.
Yeah. That was a
Liberation.
big one.
Liberation Stadium.
Liberation Stadium.
Liberation.
All those times, things as much as things were bad, things were still okay. You
Okay.
know. So look at it. Look at the trajectory down till now. Everything
Mm-hmm.
is just getting worse and worse
Yeah,
and
and
worse.
what? Yeah.
So see, in the next 10 years, Nigeria will be borrowing stadium outside country too.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree with
telling
you.
you.
So,
And in
yeah,
the next 5 years, Nigeria will not even have players in Premier League again.
but so let me just say this thing. Okay, see, people are laughing to, and I'm laughing to what other people is saying. Let's present ourselves is becoming a reality. How many players do we have in the Premier League again? They are coming, they're going on relegation back. They are coming, they're going on relegation.
so. Smith, in
Before,
addition to that,
before
I think
we had Kanu, we had Okocha, we had Utaka, we had
And
Yapa
as they are
Igbeni.
leaving,
Yapa Igbeni.
those days when Kanu they are set are leaving,
Odewingie.
another one is already coming. Like
Yes,
Mikel and other good players are
good
already coming.
players
so.
coming.
Smith, I asked a question. You didn't answer that question, and that's there's a link between that question. That's beyond limit and
Yeah.
NFL. So does it mean that Beyond Limit has reached their maximum? I think their limit, their ceiling now, and they need to sit back and look at, okay, how can we develop? Secondly, there's also another part of coaching there. Thirdly, I want to say something. Now we have a league winner. We have for CAF Champions League, CAF Cup. Is it going to see? It's going to be a repeat cycle that every year our CAF Champions League winner, our league winner, and our FA Cup winner, all of them will be going to Akwa Ibom. Because I don't think, if we are not ready, don't let us go for any CAF competition. I think they should just ban us from attending any CAF competition. If all the team will be going to Akwa Ibom, there's no need to even go for any CAF competition. It doesn't make any sense.
Abeokuta and Ikene can host Grade C.
No, yeah, because I don't think maybe Abeokuta can host maybe Abeokuta is like 40,000 or 20,000.
Can host Grade C CAF games. But
they cannot, when they go into the main competition, they can't host.
They can't host. The moment you ask our question when you ask, so we can wrap it up with the Lookman story. See, let me tell you something. And there's something that I hate most is to lie to yourself and be happy. Let's sit down clearly and look at ourselves in the mirror. The talents that is coming out, they are only good for Sweden and Norway. Let's be honest. It's not like before again. See, the requirement has changed. The physics unit in 1978 is not the same unit now. The requirement have changed. Look at it. They brought 2 boys to Belgium of recent. Those boys, they came, they played the next day. Their lifestyle attitude has been horrible since they came. Do you think that it's only talent that takes you to the top? Character takes you there.
And that's the reason it's still the same thing we are talking about, because how do you build those characters?
Don't draw my tail now, and I want to talk about one boy. There's a boy people have been clamoring here. People have been lambasting Eric Shell. I'm not mentioning the boy's name. The boy is so indisciplined. Do you think that's, I don't know the boy's name? The boy is so in fact, he's so useless. I will say that way.
I'm telling you.
So the boy is so, they be saying, Eric Shell, call him up. The boy, they never played for Nigeria before. The boy is so indisciplined. In fact, if the boy play one for Super Eagles, next game they go pursue him.
Where is it?
You are still talking about some players here. The boy is so indisciplined. Do you think that character takes you? Character is one that takes to the top. Talent is not enough. It's not enough. Maybe we left a player here. He was pressing phone on the bench. Is that which club will hear that and be happy? Somebody got substituted in Super Eagles. He went to go and change to his own clothes. Imagine.
Yes. Yes.
No. Some of these things, he went to go and change to his own clothes. Do you think that, that's why I said that when you saw all these players, see, they need to go to school at the end of the day.
Yes, very important.
And recycle. And
that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between Lamine Yamal and Chukwueze. The difference between Lamine Yamal is that Lamine Yamal, apart from the football, it was also they also imbibe that discipline
from the club,
right from the beginning.
Yes, now.
So what our players is lacking is that discipline, and we actually scouting them very late. We are not really scouting them young, so don't let us fool ourselves. We are scouting them very low. There's a player now in Greece. I'm not going to mention the name, and they say, "Oh, the guy will be the next superstar." But I tell you, this guy on a normal day, this guy is supposed to be playing, supposed to be even winding down his career, but he's just starting his own career now. And he's playing
under 19. And boy, I've been pressing him. My father have been pressing him.
That's the problem. That's qualifying them and let them have this, like until we have a development center around Nigeria, and until we have coaches that NFF pay them very well, there's accountability, there's a quality check on what they're doing. If not, then let's just forget it. We must see. I'm indifferent in terms of, okay, maybe our core team should be diaspora or local player, but we are not doing ourselves good if our core players are diaspora, because also it reduces our brand identity in the end, because how can we even get that? How can we even get foreigners to come and invest in the country, whereby the core of our team are foreigner and foreign born players. Because they will just say, why should we even go there and pick players? Because of course they are diaspora born players they are using because that's some disadvantage of it because
Let me
Yeah,
quickly
sorry,
say
I
this.
ask for sorry,
you
I
will
have to
see
sorry.
that people
Then
coming
so just
from
let's give us for 1 minute. I'm coming to you. So I didn't know you're
Yes.
ready yet. I'm coming to you then. So
Let me quickly say this. With what Mr. Mansour quickly said now, that's left to the people governing our football. You are very right, but it's left to people who are governing our football. If they don't, because if the players in Nigeria are not good enough, we can't trust them to feed them for World Cup now. We can't trust them to feed them for Nations Cup. So we can't do that. Then that's that. See Mikel Lubina, see his football career. Now he's done with football. Look at
mm-hmm.
what he has gone into and see the level of personality he brings to his platform. How many Nigerian players do you think can pull that kind of personality to their platform?
Mm-hmm.
But they think this thing is just magic that is normal. It's not normal. It has to
So
do with
discipline and the way
yes
you carry yourself.
and character.
Shebi,
Arapa.
no, sorry, Shebi, what? Do I? Then so for 1 sec before then so talk. We want player to play for Premier League. Before we know it now, it's now carrying back from for politicians in Port Harcourt. I don't want to
Yes
mention
now.
name. He played Premier League. He's not.
Yes now.
I know he's laughing. He's now
There is
carrying back.
different. You see, see
Cuckoo.
Okocha. I was seeing Okocha
Campaigning for
in wedding. He was
um,
following Polo up and down, and then
no. That
even
was not even
Yabo
the work.
Ojo could not even attend
I'm talking.
to a whole Okocha very well. I was like, God, what is all
I'm
this
talking
nonsense?
about
the same
see,
Okosha wey dey
This one,
command Polo at
Eh,
that time. Now it's now Polo
you know,
dey
Polo
command
the
am.
commandant.
so
See,
sorry. Then also please. Then so your turn. Your place. Sorry, I think
Yeah, yeah, my brothers. If you're expecting a foreign investors to come to Nigeria, you are very much dreaming. They have you don't even have investors from within your country believing in your system. We all know why they don't believe in the system. In reality, FIFA gave you a huge amount of money which disappeared. You know exactly how it disappeared, and you did not do anything about it. In making sure the people responsible for it are accountable for what they did. In reality, Nigeria um, football as well as other sports factors is almost bankrupt. And any money you throw in there will disappear without any productivity. That is what is a sinkhole. Is what Nigerian football and sports sector, many sectors of Nigerian has become. It is it is a cycle that needs to be broken.
Mm-hmm.
It is like remember what I said at the beginning.
Yeah.
Those corruptions goes deeper because it would
Yes.
continue to affect the
Yes.
players. We don't even Smith will say that at some point we're gonna have to start borrowing stadium to play our game.
Yes.
And we still think of ourselves that we are the brand. We are no longer the brand of African football. We need to very much accept that reality because a lot of things are going wrong in
Yes.
terms of our football management, and it's also trickling down to the talents in the diaspora. How are you going to discover a Lamin Yamal when you don't even have a field to help them, actualize their potential to really grow their skills?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah. Yeah.
you
That's
can be praying for something that you are not building towards.
yeah. Yes. It's you are right. Just to on the other note, people are mentioning about gift urban. Let me just tell you, it's not gift urban, so that you won't just go and know. I'm just see. Sometimes we have to look beyond the physical and see exactly why these coaches actually make these certain decisions. Before I wrap it up, just to give you a typical example, a Nigerian player, they gave him money to cancel his contract. Now he's vibing. See, okay, do you think No, I'm just saying that you are not playing a game. Let's take diaspora out of Super Eagles now. We don't go AFCON. We don't go AFCON. We don't go AFCON. So the issue is this: we are lucky that this Japa really helped us slightly because we have kids now in diaspora, that we have people in diaspora, for example, now that can grow and become, better person. Look at in
Future.
now. See, they have this. Look at the boy called Victor. Is it Collins? Now the Collins. He plays for Frankfurt in Germany.
Solid player. If
Collins, yeah,
Nigeria can get that guy, we're
yeah.
lucky.
Looking at those people, even if you talk to this Unity couple, so you won't call only UK players is enough to tell you the spread.
Yes.
Before Brazil normally have this pride. Anybody they is born abroad and they don't call the player, they will say
Or anybody that plays in Premiership, they don't call the
they don't
player.
call the player. But now they don't humble themselves now. Say, okay, we cannot. So what I just want you to know, you guys Jamal Musiala. There was a time that he wanted to play for Nigeria underage. That one did not actually materialize. So look at what Jamal Musiala eventually actually would become. That's why. That's what Shuba Akpom said. That all these things, these boys will be available for underage. Now don't go call them. Amo know the story of Saka. The Nigeria did not invest in these boys at all. But because of passion, we are here midnight now because we love the country. That is it. We just want the country to do well. Some of these boys, they are even more patriotic than some people born in Nigeria.
True.
More patriotic than your politicians.
Yes,
more patriotic than your politicians.
Look at the boy in Man U that people have been abusing. Is he Zexy?
Obi.
Yes. The boy is saying that it's looking for a ways to go and set up something big in Nigeria. Has Nigeria invested anything in him? Did Nigeria give him anything? What did Nigeria invest except spam? Sorry to say that. that is it now. What is Nigeria invest? So what we are talking about basically is that some of these people are still patriotic because they love the country. Because of that, for example, now some players, Amo will know this player because the person says, I'm from Nigeria. Hey, Nigeria, country of my father. And he said, that boy should come. He's a political player. Because he wants to hear that country. I see. I went to France to watch Olympics and I saw two Japanese. They all go with Nigerian father. Immediately they hear Nigeria like this. All of these teammates now gathered around us. Because the boy already told them good things about Nigeria.
Yes.
Do you think that? So what we are just saying basically is that we need to look for a way to merge these things together. The passion and everything, no matter diaspora or anything, anywhere you are born, you are in Nigeria. Not a NFL president coming out to saying that under him, no Nigerian player will play, no Nigerian player born abroad will play for underage. Look at our underage.
Somebody said we have good players at Jegule, so maybe
so that is my take. I just think so. But before I go, because this thing, I know that I spent 20 minutes talking about something different. It's about Lookman. None of you made the comment. I'm just I have 30 seconds of Ademola. Lookman to Barcelona, do you approve it? 10 seconds or not?
I approve it.
Okay. That's actually what good. So you think that it's going to improve under Sophia? It's going to improve more.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So I don't Lookman to Barcelona, approve?
Yes, I told you last time that I approve it. That's going to play. That's going to improve.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, maybe it's going to be the Nigerian that will play more matches for Barcelona. Even though we have two Nigerians that played for Barcelona before.
Yes.
So maybe it will be.
Yeah. So so Lookman to Barca?
My brother, there's more behind the scene than just going to a club. Um,
Or if a coach is
it, it,
asking for you.
it is a very risky move. It is a very risky move. You have to look at what is in place in Barcelona, the experiences the African players that has gone there, and
Mm-hmm.
the Spanish league has had, and what is actually going on there. Lookman going to Barcelona looks very good on the paper,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to be very, very realistic. Is he going to get his deserved chances to improve, to continue improving? We have Rafinha playing from the left there, and he is one of the captains of Barcelona. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lookman is not it does not play from the right.
Mm-hmm.
Lamine Yamal is already there.
Mm-hmm.
And on the left, when you take out Rafinha, then it becomes a Lookman coming in.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to his chances of being a starter will be limited.
Do you know that Rafinha can play Danny almost role? He was played that before.
Yeah.
You know that center behind
Yes.
Lewandowski, Rafinha was playing Danny almost role before. So Lukaku can be
Yeah.
moved to the. I think the coach is trying to look for a right footer.
Options.
Sometimes Rafinha we have to cross the ball instead of cutting in. Most times to score, he has to cross the ball, and there's nobody to at the end of it. So if someone like Lookman there that can use both left and right, I think I should benefit. But then also continue. I'm going. I just want to let me just finish.
I think Lookman should go to Barca.
Mm-hmm.
He has one thing I believe in Lookman is that he has the work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
He has been growing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Barcelona will even help him
Mm-hmm.
move. Do I think it's a risky move? Yes, but do I think if there's two players in our national team
Mm-hmm.
that can pull it off, I would say it's Lookman and Osimhen.
Yeah, yeah, I agree
and
with you.
and I know.
I
Okay.
know too.
I am
Yeah,
not true, yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
I
know.
am
Please let
not
me
true.
add this.
So let me just
Remember,
ask you. So
in
Monso,
league,
so approve it before I go. I just find out because approve. Go on.
100%. I think it's gonna thrive. If it's a Nigerian born player, I would say no. But this is uh, a player that's really using his actual age, and he has gone through that. Apart from the football education, he has
Mr.
learned the
Bosso,
role.
you want to raise
Role. He
Ronaldo in
has he
Nigeria?
has he has learned the like discipline has been part of his upbringing, right from home up to his academy and up to where he is now. Him playing in Italy, whereby the defenders are really on you, like they're giving you close marking, and you are going to a Spanish league, whereby there's an opportunity for you to
yes,
express himself more. That's an opportunity for him. See, there was a time whereby both Rafinha and Ousmane Dembele were competing for the same right wing back at Barcelona. So I think there's an opportunity. There will be always be an opportunity for him. He's gonna develop better because when he goes there, just see what will happen with Super Eagles, see how it's gonna play. So I think I will definitely sign up for it 100%. Even if he's just gonna play like 50% of the matches in a year or even 20 matches, it's still gonna be better than playing full league matches at Atlanta. So you can't really because to me, let's be real now. When you are in a competitive environment,
Mm-hmm.
you yourself, you will feel it. You will
yes,
feel it, and your spirit will be very high. But when you're in an environment whereby you are the one that is dominating play, you are the one dictating everything, there will be day that you will be there, and there will be day that will not be there. And that's what's happening at Atlanta. It's not really like it's not there; it's there, but there will be day that it will be there, everything. But then you are playing with Yamal, you're playing with all those boys. Come on, you gotta be ready, and that's the
Uh,
reason why we have players like Chukwueze that the motivation to play, the skill is there, but the motivation, like even if you put Chukwueze at Barcelona, Chukwueze will still not get motivated because he's thinking about getting back home and relax and do some other things. It's not really focusing about the next match.
do what?
So
See
that's
what?
just the thing.
Don't go to that. It's not good.
No, I'm just taking.
So,
I'm just taking that. I'm just saying that too. So
uh,
that's just. I'm
so
just thinking about we have different way of thinking.
So I don't. You want to say something before I show up?
Yeah, let me say, if you all remember that Rafinha wasn't playing from the left before. Even
Yes.
when he was Leeds United, he was playing from the left.
Yeah.
Even before Yamal broke it to him, Rafinha was playing from the left.
Yeah.
So when Yamal came that, they pushed him.
Mhm.
But I think Rafinha is comfortable playing from the right and from the midfield. So Lookman will definitely have a chance to start in Barcelona. It's not going to be on the bench.
Okay.
That's just
Yeah.
it.
Thank you guys for your contribution. Let me just acknowledge Lucas. Thank you, my man. So guys, like the video. We have 100 people actually watching. That's what people like. We know that we have enemies here.
Sorry, Smith. Ola Lucas just joined. He hasn't even contributed any money to your YouTube channel. So it's too bad now.
I want to have.
I know, but you need to do something here. Contribute something, even if it's $1. You need to do that. I know that he's dodging. That's why he's joining very late. We know that some of us
no,
but he hasn't seen it. I've not seen his super chat.
It's part of that we are.
That's what I'm saying. He's also behaving like Chukwueze because his mind is here. It's not here. He's going to after. This is Friday. That's where he wants to go and spend his money. But spend your money and support our YouTube channel. Now.
Let me just say this thing by wrapping it up. I just want to appreciate Eric Shell. It might be some people. I know that his people might normally join. I will not lie to you. They normally join sometimes, and I want to appreciate Eric Shell. Fantastic man, and I don't know how patriotic you want somebody to be. If they give you a job and you know how to do it well, that's the most important thing. And what I like, I will say it here now, is that those that were not invited, they communicate to them. They communicate them, except one particular player, which was on the blacklist of the NFF. Players that were not invited, he told them the reason why they were not invited and the reason why they want to actually they want to go in a different direction. That is go with time. They don't want to come and fight. I know if a player that said that's the go that okay, you are close to me now. You didn't invite me. What's wrong? You never invited me message. maybe there is no super chat accompanying with that message. We don't know. But I'm just joking on that. It's just that being professional is very important. These people deserve explanation. And I'm happy that Eric Shell is doing that. And people have talking about Genetro. If they give Eric Shell a chance, he might recruit more players than Genetro.
He has the charisma to.
The issue is that he's not even making the runs. He's calling people, because he knows that. For example, now Amo know the person that he called for the German guy. He's calling people. Oh yeah, let me talk to him. He's calling people. That is very important. We don't want a coach that will say that they don't give me train money. They don't give me because of no, it's not lie. He said it on national radio that they give him money to go and call any player. Who is Destas? They give him money to go and call. Where is the train? Where is the money to go and call?
To me, that's an indictment on that coach because the same coach was doing his active career. It was in Belgium.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to go there. You just need to talk to your contacts. And that's the thing. I think most of our former players, when they finish football, they completely forget everything about football.
How about Adarabioyo? Is this still coming?
No, the issue about him basically is that I think there's going to be a meeting between him and the coach when they actually come for this. Let me just tell you something. This game we will go play for South Africa. He don't invite some slightly new players, but if we don't go playoff, I hope they're going to go to the World Cup. But between that, what's it called? Between that, I think we have November friendly also. We have November window free for friendly also. It's going to bring players to try for AFCON. So the player we won't go AFCON, November is their last window to come and try their luck and see if they can be part of the team.
So Inabikon is going to be part of the team.
This guy is not. This guy is ready to make changes in anything. See, I'm not lying to you. A particular player, That's what normally say, that you have to learn how to manage players. A particular player was doing
Egbafon knows
somehow.
how to do it now.
Eh?
Egbafon
He
knows
knows
how to
that.
do it.
He knows that again. A particular player was somehow in training. The guy does not speak English that much, but the guy talk and say, I'm not like to you. If I say what the player do, people will talk, say, they will guess the player's name. I don't want to mention.
We
But
know now. We know
but
the
the
player
player,
now.
Tell
the
us now.
player,
Now why we dey here now? Tell us.
the player, they like the coach more.
The
It's
player
not.
now our boy now, but there's another word before the boy. Boy, the player now our boy.
Yeah.
But there's another word before the boy. Just
Uh-huh.
like whiskey.
Which one be
Okay,
all
I
this
don't want to
proverb
mention
like
it.
this?
I don't want to mention the name. Amo is pushing me. So it's just like, so it's like their big brother. So it's like their big brother, and I like that it can be like a father to them. It's not as if you come, you don't buy bread, come. No, I don't like that. You I don't. No, it's not. We don't. It's not as if you just do something
Don't forget my canvas, you.
we don't. We don't buy bread. You come. What till you know wristwatch, nothing. What we don't want that. We don't want that. You don't say I bomb. We don't want that type of conversation. You don't say I bomb Peking last month. What you bomb? God go protect the baby now. What if be? So
So why is
Yeah.
fighting?
My brother, you mentioned the Siriki.
Mm-hmm.
Would you compare Siriki with Kingsley Hizube?
Mention what? Who?
Seriki,
The
No,
Sheffield United guy.
I think the guy, the version you actually was mentioned, I think he's ready now because he kept on getting interviews that he hopes to get to the national team of Nigeria and everything. So I think maybe immigration is sorted. But the reason why I mentioned Seriki is just because he's in England and they are playing this Unity Cup in England. You know that? So it's going to be a lot easier for him to travel. That's compared to King Lazy Boy. And another thing is that Ezigbo will be finishing around May 17th. He's finishing his final game, May 17th. So he can travel ready too. So I'm happy with Eric Shell. On your mandate we stand. We continue we continue
you
to
didn't answer my question. Is
no,
Nnamdi ready now?
eh?
Nnamdi Collins, is he ready?
No.
I think his site is in Germany.
Let me tell you something,
But the coach can really talk to him. The coach can talk to him. I believe we now have a coach that can talk to players about his football plan. Not a motivator that will be telling them, "Oh, I like the way you're playing. Just come and play with us." We have a coach now that is just a motivator, and they even give you flight tickets and VIP ticket to go and watch a match, and you have opportunity of meeting everybody in the family, including the person that's closer to the boy. But at the end of the day, now your own be say you are using your own position as head of our football to go and watch a match, whereby it's an opportunity to talk to the player about football. But what did you say? It's just more about the food you eat at the VIP section and the flights that you. It's terrible, honestly.
We have a coach that will not sleep in players' house, that will book his hotel and meet with the players in a professional way.
So coach used to sleep in players' house.
Madam, food is ready. We don't have a.
We don't have those guys. Honestly,
we don't have a coach.
I saw one comment now that some coach you get Rolex or something. So I wanted to say, some players should know this and know this for good. If you can want to pay for something like that, it won't even last. You can't use that Rolex to play for 2 matches before it casts.
it's still gonna come back to haunt you.
It will come back to haunt you. It's better
Even
to
after
channel
your
that
football
energy
career,
to go and
because there's no way you will see that person after football. The person will say, this person give me Rolex. It will be a stain on
even
you.
the player will not enjoy himself.
Yeah,
See,
giving somebody,
because you will not play up to 2 matches before the whole Nigerians will shout that we don't want you again, and you
I
go
will
back
not
to square one.
I will not lie to you about the Rolex thing because you guys don't drag me too much here. See, it's true. because I was in a
The
restaurant
person
one
will
day.
have plenty Rolex. So
I was in a restaurant one day. Now I don't want to mention the coach because the coach has got in trouble. So that if they come, make you buy watch come. And
ah,
is he fast? That's what the guy asked.
Guardiola.
Can the guy run? That's what the guy asked in that message. I saw the message and I said, can the guy
wow.
run? He said in Yoruba, say, because all these boys good for Lagos now. So they started.
Ah,
so all these things, but it's just that you need to look for a way to comport yourself, And John Jones, you give me $1. You want me to answer a question with $1? Okay, let me answer the question with $1.
Smith,
About the
I
point
beg.
deduction.
That's all. Lucas saying they see. We understand, but next
ah.
week we go wait for Lucas.
No, John Jones.
It's
John Jones
like
still
you don't too old for Big Brother. Now Big Brother is supposed to go. I beg.
John Jones, I will answer the question. See, the wait according to waiting I hear, and reliable source, so that they already recommended the point deduction. As we also recommended the point deduction, I don't recommend that. So I think it's just today now, FIFA release disciplinary measure against one club in Zimbabwe. They sent it today. So I think before the Ghana game, we might be seeing South African point deduction. And also hearing that, see, I don't know. I'll go say this in here. It will go against them. But my fear is that Lesotho went to meet Safa to have a meeting. Lesotho will move their game to Botswana. I don't think say they go play anything there. Zimbabwe want to play in Rwanda. They went to go and meet Safa too. Partnership thing. So
Smith, all this thing, at the end of the day, it's gonna diminish African football brand.
No,
because
Exactly.
see,
No. If there's any iota of truth that there's a kind of
Fixing.
agreement, no,
Fixing.
what we call it, fixing there. FIFA will ban all the countries involved.
I'm not even talking
Anything.
about that ban. I'm not talking about
Thank you,
ban. I'm talking about South African.
I think it's already happening.
Countries bonding together so that one of them can qualify.
Mm-hmm.
They go to the World Cup. What is it at the end of the day? First round. So they just participation.
I have to be honest.
I
have to be honest with you. This thing that happened to them, they never expected this thing to happen.
Yes.
So they are doing internal world investigation about it to see maybe there's internal world sabotage. That somebody deliberately went to get at them. He just pushed that name out. Oh yeah, go and play the guy. Because I got this info before that this guy was suspended. But somebody that signed off that thing purposely pushed it to go and be signed. And the letter, they got the letter. Because you know what they said, what they went to go and say? They said that Lesotho, I didn't say this before, that Lesotho presented what? Ineligible player in that game. It's a lie. The guy, they came to defend that the players that was suspended did not play that game. They just have the same name, but different passports, different first name and different passports. So that's how, because if Lesotho went to go and play ineligible player, they would have asked them to go and replay that game. So that is actually what that. So guys, thank you guys for actually joining. I don't actually want to overshoot my time.
Smith, if Lesotho fielded an ineligible player, Lesotho did not get any points from that, but can also be automatically deducted points without adding the points to any team. South Africa will also be deducted points.
Yes. So it's going to be very tough. But I'm not like to you. This is like a lifeline for Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup, and I think that they're going to actually do it. See, let me tell you something. It's going to be similar to Nigeria against Ghana in 2001. You will see 3-0 against the Republic. We go to America. So guys, thank you guys for actually for joining. I really actually appreciate your time today. It's been a very lovely conversation. Thank you Returning Oladipo Ayinde, thank you for actually for joining back. And I also our football aficionado, thank you for actually joining. And then also America, thank you for
Thank you,
actually
guys.
joining.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, bye.
So thank you guys, thank you guys. So that is my wonderful actually contributor today. I really actually enjoyed my time actually here. Thank you guys for actually watching. Let me just give a shout out to my will do the proper right did it here. So yes, no, I won't lie to you. I'm hearing that the points is just on the same level the point have already been deducted. So NFL are planning with the -3 points. South Africa are also planning with with their -3 points. So I've been hearing that failures from the NFF side and from Safatu side, you know. So that is actually what that even then the draw came to say the same thing that that they have a chance of qualifying now because of the impending point deduction. Just told now that okay, they're going to have 9 points. They can qualify for the World Cup too. Only 1 point, So the group is open. Nigeria is just 7.3 points behind the leaders. So the group is open. Zimbabwe can still qualify for the World Cup. So that is actually that. So I hope that we can actually we can be able to, take advantage of all these things and go to the World Cup. So, and I believe that can actually what we can do. The boys are ready. The coach is ready. World Cup and good shot on AFCON will be very good for Nigeria. Thank you guys for joining. Let me just appreciate my my what's it called, my gifters, Idotun. Thank you for your contribution. Color Bright, thank you for your contribution. My Color Bright, make we talk now. It's been a very long time. Monso Gumbade too, thank you for your contribution. Ainde Isaac, thank you for your contribution. And John Jones, thank you for your actual for contribution. Thank you guys for another edition of Friday Night Football Club. Next week, we should be talking about the games, about Unity Cup games. So by next week, we should be looking at the invited players for that game and how the players were expected to do well, expect to actually to make claims in the national team too. So we also going to be talking, more about the Unity Cup game, which will be live in London to talk more about the games. So, and there's also Nigeria under 20 playing on Sunday against Morocco. I think it's going to be 6 p.m. Nigerian time. So we will see exactly how that game will go. So for me, prediction, I think I think the guys can beat Morocco because I saw Morocco against Kenya, nothing special too about the Morocco team. I think, and they're also battling with injuries too. So I think they can just break maybe probably a 1-0 victory, against Morocco. I want us to qualify for the World Cup early. So that if we top the group, our quarterfinal game will be a lot easier. So that's what I want from the team. Top the group, quarterfinal game will be a lot easier then. If we win our quarterfinal game, going to the World Cup straight away in Chile. World Cup is going to be in Chile in September 15 or so. World Cup in Chile. So it's also very close to. So guys, thank you for joining. I will see you again next Friday. So we're working on some free contents too, that I want to be bringing up, in between. So it won't be every Friday again, at least, in between too. And we're also going to try and bring our legends too, just to, to spice the whole thing up here. So I guess can actually ask them questions and discuss have this also good and meaningful conversations, about Nigerian sports. So until next Friday, remain your wonderful host, Smith Lai. Thank you.